It's the Sunday service of the Calvary Baptist Church of Shelby. Join us each and every Sunday morning for our Sunday morning worship services on the Boss and Carolina Country.
There's something fishy going on at the new Creekside Seafood and Steak, formerly the Creekside Clock. You've been asking for it, and now you have it. A great place for fish and steak, featuring all your favorites. The new Creekside Seafood and Steak is now open 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. Monday and Tuesday. They will be open from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Closed Wednesday and Sunday. And they now do breakfast each Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, starting at 8 a.m. Check out their daily lunch specials, too, at the all-new Creekside Seafood and Steak, formerly the Creekside Clock, 1025 Kaiser Street, off Highway 74 Bypass East in Shelby. Like them on Facebook, too.
Take advantage of a special offer on the versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. You own the land. Now, make it yours. Get the Kubota BX 2380 for payments as low as $99 a month.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, off Highway 74 at Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. The dining room is now open at the all-new Hillbillies Barbecue and Steaks in Lowell. Come on in and enjoy your favorite dish, from their hand-cut steaks to chicken, pork ribs, and beef, all cooked over a hickory wood pit. You can still get orders to go by calling 704-824-8838 and check out their catering deals for any size group. Hillbillies Barbecue and Steaks, now in the new location at 305 South Main Street in Lowell, serving the area since 1989. And check out their page at whatsupshopper.com.
The game plays right here.
Are you ready for some football?
Your sports leader, WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, and WCSL Cherryville Gastonia.
Hello, this is Milton Baker inviting you to listen to NASCAR racing right here on WCSL 1590 AM, 92.3 FM, and KTCBroadcasting.com.
Chosen breed, you don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
Saturday morning sports talk with Kevin Hastings, Hunter Yancey, Tom Stefani, and Terry Reinhardt, and working the board as always, JP. Probably about to take a nap in a few minutes.
No, you're
no,
not.
no, I'm not.
No, JP.
No,
No.
I'm not. Yeah.
Let's introduce yourself to everybody.
No.
So
Hey.
folks, if you see the camera on and for some reason while we're talking and really into educating the world and tell them about sports and stuff, if you see JP lean back a little too far, call 704-435-2844. For you folks listening on the radio, if you just want to wake JP up every now and then, you don't. When we're going to put you on the air for any reason, you just want to call and wake him up. That's the number, 704-435-2844. Good morning, JP. Have you ate your breakfast yet?
No, I have not.
See, Terry Andre said the strategy to keeping his eyes moving is don't give him his food till about 8:30, 8:45.
Oh, okay.
So you just set it here on the table and make him sit there and stare at it, and that'll keep him set up for a little bit. He said you can't feed a tired person, or it's just they're just gonna go. They're just gonna go to sleep, back to sleep.
Okay. Well, I did not know that, Andre.
That was his
You
tip.
need to send me a text, sometime tell me that.
That was his tip to take care of us. This Tom Stefani's here today. Tommy, what you eating on today, or what did you eat today?
I had a bacon, egg, and cheese on toast, and it was delicious.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on toast. Hunter and I are splitting. Well, not splitting one. We each got one. Terry puts it in the same box. A Mitchum's Kitchen sunrise wrap. Terry, what'd you have this morning?
I had the same thing, JP. I had a pancake with some syrup and a side piece of liver mush.
Mm-hmm. Yummy. Terry,
Yeah, not excited about that.
Yes, you are.
I don't like liver mush. Sorry.
Well, just go ahead and eat it anyway, JP.
I probably will, but I mean, still.
704-276-1155, right there.
That is it.
Up at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vail. Folks, they got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You name the meat, they've got some type of, or you name the animal basically up there, and they've got some type of a plate for it. Fish, chicken, beef, all of that up there, and just give them a call. I don't know. There used to be an old cafe up there. Well, it would cook. I know an old cafe that would cook whatever you hit, Terry. Back when I was growing up. Not gonna say what the name of it or where it was.
Roadkill Cafe.
But we'll leave it at that. Well, good morning, JP. Thanks for being here and
on
with your
time.
presence.
Yeah,
on
on
time.
time.
He
Yeah.
beat these older people here like
did.
Hunter and Tom.
I know.
No, actually, we pulled up at the same time. So.
That's physically impossible.
Oh, then JP's quicker
Who's
out
in
of
the,
his
who's in the
car.
parking lot first, JP?
I was actually.
There you go.
If you ain't first, you're last time.
That's
Blah,
right.
blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and he's a lot faster out of his car than you are,
Oh,
Tom.
yeah, I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
All right, time to run the 40 out here. Let's mark it off.
Sure
Get the
is.
chalk. Hunter, you gonna walk it off for us?
Nah.
No.
I'm just going to let him guess. Keep running until I tell him to stop.
I would imagine Tom would win, but people trip.
No.
People trip.
Got one bad knee, too.
Not in
so-
flip-flops.
I've just haven't seen JP pick his knees up above an inch and a half off the ground yet, so I don't know about the running. Can you power walk, JP?
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, running, that probably ain't going to happen.
See,
So,
that's
ever since I broke my ankle, it just ain't been the same.
we can put your breakfast plate at the end of the line. How about that?
Now, I might actually run if that's there.
Okay. Well, good morning, buddy. Also, our main sponsor, of course, is Friendship Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram of Forest City, Friendship, Nissan of Forest City, both of them up there. Give a call up there to Thomas Borgello and the gang up there, and check them out. And we're going to get some more. Terry, pull out there. I want to give the exact. There's two stores that actually, folks, in Forest City. I wanted to give the exact address up there. I couldn't remember the street name off the top of my head. Oak Street Extension up in Forest City. The Nissan store is 828-245-1661. And Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram at 190 Oak Extension is 828-919-3001. We'll show you off some of the cars during the show in a little bit. If you're listening on the radio, folks, you can always tune in Saturday mornings live on YouTube now, KTC Broadcasting YouTube page. That's what we're talking about, where you can see JP and see us and the gang, and we're ready to get started. I've got a list of things we're going to get into today. Major League Baseball, we're going to talk Cardinals week this week. We're going to talk Braves baseball, some American League Central baseball, standings, of course, where we're going, what teams are in and out. On probably YouTube now, KTC Broadcasting YouTube page. JP, that's what we're talking about, where you can see JP. And see us. And the is that you or me? And we're ready to get started. I've got a list of things we're going to get into off the production in there. Major League Baseball, we're going to talk off the YouTube. Cardinals week this week. We're going to talk Braves baseball. You hear me? American League Central baseball. Standings, of course, where we're going, what teams are in and out, probably. YouTube now, KTC.
So baseball
is
what we'll be talking about.
What we're talking about, where you can see.
Where you guys want to start?
Well,
with baseball.
Let's see what Kevin wants to start after he gets our. I think. What we're starting off with, Kevin?
Sorry, I was going down my list of things we're going to talk about today.
Yeah,
we had a button on in there monitoring the YouTube channel. Sorry for the replay and the feedback there on the radio, folks. Major League Baseball, we got some of that to talk about. NCAA football, we've got preseason rankings.
Rankings.
We've got
That's
Hunter,
a joke.
we've got the position rankings. We talked about that. We've got preseason All-Americans to talk about. Some of our local kids have made those lists. We're proud of those guys. NBA, all kinds of things going on there. We're going to break down the playoffs and talk about what's to look ahead. We're going to pick some winners and what's going on there with them. How about in the NFL, guys? 2 weeks away. Did y'all know that?
Yeah,
You're
think about that.
2 weeks away from NFL football supposed to
And
be
that's hard
on
to
schedule.
believe. I mean, really, if you sit here and think about it, we have not had any preseason.
And that's
it's
what usually
hard.
what warms you
Yeah.
up. And
It's hard to
preseason
believe.
Seems so long too, don't it?
It
Because
does.
it's the whole month, and you have also a couple college football games that usually you get to go to, a high school game, and then now just all of a sudden it's going to be Labor Day, and boom, NFL.
Yeah, game one means something.
in
Yes.
2 weeks. So today we're actually going to look at some of our past picks, and we're going to redo some picks today here
Yeah, Tom,
in
you'll
just
be
a
out
little
of this
bit.
today.
We'll talk. We'll do that here in a little bit. We've got NASCAR, all kinds of NASCAR to go over today. We've got 2 Dover races, and then we've got the preview of this weekend's race in Daytona. This is the last week for the playoffs, Terry. It's down to the nitty gritty. I think there's, I'll pull up the artwork in a little bit. 4 to 6 guys that can get in racing today, basically on points, and then everybody else.
Got to win.
And it's Daytona, and it can happen.
It can.
So that's this is an interesting spot to have the Daytona race. We'll talk about more whether we like that or not. I'm sure Terry likes it.
I love it.
Terry would just like him be at Daytona every week, wouldn't he?
They're a Talladega.
Yeah, just go back and forth.
That's it.
I'm not as big. Daytona I can deal with. The Talladega, I just they've had some weird races there, and I don't know if I like that as much as I do Daytona. Going to talk high school football, Terry. This should be week 2 of high school football here in North Carolina. You said how many states?
There's 32 states that are playing fall football right now.
So
we're not one of them.
We are not one of them. Hopefully, we'll be playing in the spring. Hopefully, we'll KTC broadcasting will still be allowed and to do the games. We don't know exactly how the broadcasting rights and everything will go for that. So we're crossing our fingers that we'll be doing high school football and baseball and basketball in the spring. So Terry, all hands on deck, Terry. If you want to do some games, you might need to be pulling you out. And Hunter, be ready for that too as well. In Lincoln County, we'll have some games over on WLON. Let's see. We are at 8:15. JP, let's go ahead and take a break. We're going to group up, and then we'll figure out where we're going to go for today. We've got NASCAR coming up a little bit. Like I said, we've got some sounds from the races from Chris Buescher, Michael McDowell, William Byron, and Alex Hayden's MRN's interview with Jimmy Johnson. We've got that and more coming up. We'll be back in a minute with Mitchum's Kitchen Breakfast and sports from Friendship, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Nissan of Forest City.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could go look at a new car or truck and you didn't have to worry about getting caught up in those games that waste half your day? Well, Friendship Nissan and Friendship Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Forest City is different because we're fast, easy, and transparent. We have over 300 new and used vehicles on the ground with clear choice pricing and the region's only non-commissioned sales force, and a free lifetime warranty on every new car. You better believe Friendship Nissan and Friendship Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram is different, and you can find us in Forest City.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back, one local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time.
Shop local with whatsupshopper.com, Carolina Country, and The Boss.
You're listening to the Wolfman Jack.
I'd say when I was a little kid, I was brought up listening to Alan Freed.
Wolfman Jack.
When I was just getting started, the hip thing was to say, "What's happening, Jack?" "Hey, Jack, what's going on?" So that was the hip slang, So being a horror classic freak like I am, I chose the Wolfman because it was a very animal-sounding name, and the name Jack because of the hip slang. What's happening, Jack? Because Jack always knew what was happening. You understand what I mean?
When Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings, 10 a.m. to 12 noon on The Balls. WHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, and online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
Windows down or AC on. Either way, there's no better way to beat the heat than with ice-cold favorites from McDonald's. Now get a large Minute Maid slushie for $2 in sweet flavors fruit punch, blue raspberry, or new pink lemonade. Or get a refreshingly bold McCafe iced coffee, any size for $1.69. To beat the heat, there's nothing sweeter than an icy treat. It's not just a drink, it's a McDonald's drink. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Minute Maid is a registered trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
Well, now take down your fishing pole and meet me at the fishing hole.
It's time to go fishing. Whether it's at your favorite fishing hole or the lake or even the ocean, the Great Outdoors in Cherryville has what you need. Come see their full line of fishing tackle. Visit the all-new reel shed and boats too. Bass boats, pontoon boats, and pleasure boats. They've got them all. So take down your favorite fishing pole and head to the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. Highway 150 East, right behind McDonald's. Online at teamgreatoutdoors.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Hey, can I help you? Wow, this tractor looks tough. Oh, yeah. This is the Coyote RX 6010. It has a 59 horsepower Daedong turbo engine, 4-wheel drive, and one of the highest lift capacities in its class. It's a whole new level of toughness.
Wow, that is tough. I'll take it. Bobby, let's go wrestle a bear.
Experience the toughness of the RX series at your local Coyote dealer.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 18 North, Highway 27 intersection west in Vail.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. Wonder if I should say Hunter and the gang, Tom and the gang, Terry and the gang.
It'd be nice for the rest
how
of
about
us to get...
How about JP and the gang?
It'd be nice for some of us at the table to get recognition.
JP, you're involved in no gangs.
Well, I mean, let's count my superheroes, man. It's a pretty big gang. I mean, 427 heroes later, yeah, it's a pretty big gang.
All right, and there is JP.
Okay.
We'll be cutting that for
Was
the,
it baseball
we're
getting
the
into?
outtakes. No. We'll go through the NBA playoffs real quick before our next break. We got some NASCAR and other things, some fun with that coming up in just a while. So let's games come back on tonight. So let's recap where we're at. Toronto and Boston swept.
They play tomorrow.
So they still get to just sit there.
Yeah, 1 o'clock tomorrow.
That's the first time I think there were 3 sweeps in the East, Terry. Was that right? Like the first time that's happened?
Nah, Tom, I do not know. You might be right. I have no idea.
Because Philadelphia got swept, and then Toronto swept. I think there was another sweep.
Miami swept.
If Milwaukee wins, the East will be 16-1 in the first round.
Well, I want to say one thing about this.
16-1 in the first round.
And the one that lost was Milwaukee.
Well, I'm going to say this.
Yeah, the one seeds will lose.
Yeah.
This world's wanting to listen to me, Kevin.
Not really.
Yeah, they do.
Do I need to see me?
But anyway, I want to say this to the world. When you start firing coaches because you're in a bubble, there's no fans, you're not playing at home, you're not playing away, and then when the season's over because you got swept, Brett Brown gets fired, Nate McMillan gets fired.
I don't know why Nate McMillan got fired.
Nate McMillan is one heck of a coach. Brett Brown is a heck of a coach. Philadelphia, your tanking did you no good. Simmons gets hurt, that hurts you, so he does not play. So then all of a sudden it's the coach's fault, and I know that's who it's going to come back on all the time, you know, but even Embiid said, oh, he'll always be my friend. Yeah, I mean, hey, I understand every bit of that, but I have a hard time with you firing coaches with what has went on, and you do it this year. Now, if you start out next year and you're not good, see, that's the reason they're not going to give them a chance, because Philadelphia will be good next year. Simmons and all them back. Indiana will be good next year with their guys back without Nate McMillan. But you know, come on, get real, NBA. I mean, don't get me wrong, Nate McMillan and Brett Brown both going to find a job. There's not going to be no trouble with that. Somebody's going to pick both of them up because they are good coaches.
Who's the Wizards coach? He a fire?
Scott Brooks.
So it wouldn't be fair to fire him because of John Wall out all year, would it?
I mean, if your team has a key substantial injury to one of your star players, it's not like football where you've got 2 or 3 different backups and they can just jump in at every time and it's plug and play throughout the rest of the season. Yeah. The NBA is star driven. So if you don't get one star, then it's over, you know. That's why I've said Washington has struggled for years with the Wizards because we haven't been able to have both Bradley Beal and John Wall on the floor. I guarantee Boston still wins the series, but they don't sweep Philadelphia if Simmons is there.
I agree. I never said Boston's going to sweep them.
And Indiana, I think, just got a bad draw because the Heat had Indiana's number all year. Yeah. Every time they played them, the Heat they beat the Pacers. So I don't think that comes back on McMillan.
I think
it's a matchup issue.
I think it's just the perception that you must do this. If you are not successful, you must fire your coach, and that's that's just not.
Well, this is a Browns fan, so he knows exactly what that's about.
Yeah, sometimes they deserve to get fired, but I have to agree with Terry and Hunter. I mean, when the guy's got injuries, or you're facing, you're in this adversity, all this crap that happened, how could you fire the guy? And I tell you, Brown, I really liked him. I told you, I mean, he was always coaching. He was always fiery. He was always into the game. I think he's a good coach, and he just got the raw deal. But that's just it. That's the way it is in pro sports. You do not win. It is the coach's fault.
Yeah, and see, I've always went back because when this come up and all of a sudden I see Nate McMillan gets fired, I put Nate McMillan on my Mount Rushmore of North Carolina State because to me, he was one of the successful point guards that North Carolina State ever had. He was always in the game at all times. Whatever he could rebound, he could do everything on the floor. And then when he become a coach in the NBA, he was a winner there. But, you come up and then you just want to fire him for me for no reason. And that even goes back to Larry Bird because he's the guy who had this come down on him too.
Mm-hmm.
You fire him. So, Larry, I don't understand what you were thinking there. You're a great guy for me because you're a Boston man. But why would you fire Nate McMillan? No doubt. I hope you got somebody in mind, but I don't know whether they can do better than Nate McMillan.
Well, you just said the key point. You said the key point, Terry. It's hopefully they have somebody in mind because there's no guarantee that you're going to find a coach who's better than what you already had. I mean, the only other one right now that's just available who would probably be willing to take one of those coaching positions because it's not going to be Van Gundy out of the booth. He's making too much money there, but it's Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson would be the only one that's just sitting out there waiting who would be like, yeah, I'll take one of those jobs. I think he would be chomping at the bit to take the Indiana Pacers job.
Cleveland's old coach. That's
Tyronn Lue.
Tyronn Lue.
Assistant with the Clippers.
There you go.
So, but if you don't have that lined up, what good is it doing? Now you're literally 2 steps back than where you already were. You could have went into next season and continued to have been maybe a top 4 seed in the East. It all just comes down to, and that's any team. Are you healthy? Or do you have everybody on board when the season comes? The one that you can paint the picture for was last year in Golden State. When it came down to it in the championship, all credit to Toronto, but Golden State, not all hands were on deck. So
you're not going to fire Steve Kerr.
No.
Speaking of fire people, JP, what are you doing in there? Sit up, JP.
Nothing. I was on my phone.
When someone asks you what you're doing at work, the answer is not nothing.
If I was at Publix, it'd be a different story.
You're doing so much nothing. A masked vigilante just came into the building and dropped off an unmarked package right beside you, and we have no idea what happened, what it was. But I do want to say, wow, I think he's listening. Good morning, Trent, Marty. Thanks for coming by. I'm sure Tom thanks you more than I do, but you could have come in and talked a little baseball or Burns football, wherever you want to, man.
Trent doesn't do that.
I know.
I've told him, I've invited him to get on the radio more than once, and that's just
now, Trent,
not something
if
that
you're
he
scared
does.
you're going to cuss, you can come in on Mondays and Wednesdays, and
Well,
you can let it fly on the podcast and not on the radio.
It's not scared. He probably would, especially if you get him fired up about something. He would. I mean, I talk to him daily, and he gets a little fired up about stuff. Yeah, just a little bit.
No.
So, but Trent, thanks for bringing by Anna's graduation present. I appreciate that a lot, and I'll make sure she gets that. You're a good man.
Trent said Thomas correct.
Yeah, Thomas correct. Yeah. He's already texting. Trent Marty, you better have voice to text, buddy.
He pulled over
You better
at
have
the
voice to
Waco
text.
post office.
That's
and
what
sent
he
that
did.
Text,
That's
homie.
what he does.
I know
Okay.
exactly what happened, but Want to thank you for coming by, and like I said, JP, we're gonna have to fire you for letting just the riffraff, the masked vigilantes, come into the building like that.
And I tell you what,
stomp down the hall.
I'm telling you, Trent was here just to drop something off. But if that's an angry Trent Marty coming in because of somebody's Ohio State comment, it could get ugly in here. And
that's why he left.
JP is the only line of defense. So I mean, that could leave.
How am I the only line of defense?
Because you're right there. Before he gets in here, we're behind the table and everything.
JP, they're a pawns and they're a bishop, son. And right now you're a pawn.
Okay, I don't get I got the chess term. I just didn't understand how the bishop happens. So basically, I'm the pawn that gets sacrificed before he gets to the kings.
There you go.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
You're all over it. All over, JP. Yeah. Smarter than the average bear, whether you believe it or not, or even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Most people wouldn't realize it, but I
got it. All right, let's.
I think there's only one intriguing game tonight, though.
Yeah, is anybody picking Orlando or Portland to upset Los Angeles? All right.
So Damian Lillard's not even there, so definitely.
I know. Not
so
now.
where do you guys feel?
Lillard's not even playing.
No, he's out.
His knees. I think he
he's
sprained
done.
his knee.
All right, so let's get into the other series. It's 2-2.
He shouldered that team long enough. His legs gave out.
So let me tell you. So Terry, he got down 3-1, and now he comes up lame. Would Michael
3-1.
Jordan?
Tom, it's like I
would
said.
Michael Jordan have done that?
I don't think Michael Jordan ever went down
3-1. I'm hurt. Coach, take me out.
Let me tell you, Tom gets over here and jumps on this bandwagon. I'm a Laker man. Well, they're number one.
No.
They're number one.
I sat at this table 2 weeks ago and listened to this craziness from the three of you that Portland's going to beat Los Angeles in the first
Tom,
round.
Did you listen to what I said about that on Wednesday?
You were no, I didn't.
No,
I have to go to like the school and like teach kids. I can't.
Really,
Tom, you can have an earbud in one ear and the other one in the club.
Well, he sends me a text all the time.
You can watch the replays, listen to the listen to the podcast on the way home.
You can show the kids.
I'm going to be 100% honest, and Terry can with this 2 groups this day, 2 groups that day, and the way you got to clean the school and everybody's going nuts. It's been an adjustment, but I am going to.
You can put it on in the background.
I'm going to put it on. I'm going to say, kids, while you're doing this worksheet, listen to. I can't even do that at work because they're all dropping F-bombs and everything on there, so I can't even do that.
Kids know what that is.
If you'll text us and let us know that your children are listening, Tom, we will.
Okay.
Keep Hunter from the F-bomb.
Yeah, it's like I kept telling Tom last week when we was doing. I said, Tom, I hope you're winning. You are number 1. We are number 8.
Look. No,
you
but
win.
you guys basically said that since LA was down a couple of defenders, they couldn't match up. Lillard's going to score 100 points. What do you mean he still can't? They're up 3-1, and your boy just quit.
You're playing number 8.
He quit.
You're playing number 8.
Okay,
he got a dislocated finger and a sprained knee.
If you lose, Tom, you go back to San Antonio when they did it, and they went on to win the NBA title.
So last week or before it started, I've got the sheet right here. As a group, I'll let you guys pick. As a group, Portland was picked to win 2-1. Tom was the one dissenting voice against
How's it
Terry's.
2-1? There's 4 of us.
I didn't pick. I was going
Tom
2-1.
Oh, how come you get out of picking and we all have to pick?
He didn't jump in.
He didn't jump in.
He did not.
Why?
Because I just let y'all pick and ask y'all quick.
No, so this way he could just make fun of whoever was wrong.
If I picked it was 2-2,
Okay.
it would have been. I know you want JP to be the determinator, even though he kicked our butt.
Kevin, would you have picked Los Angeles? Would you have picked Los Angeles?
I don't remember what I was thinking or picking. I was on the fence about it because I just don't trust point guards being the leading scorer and winning in the playoffs. But they went to the finals Western Conference Finals last year, but they were swept by Golden State. So I don't know and I don't remember, to be as 100% honest with you as I can.
Yeah,
you guys, went 2-1, but when you got to Western Conference Finals, one of you changed, and it was 2-1 Clippers over Portland. Somebody kept Portland all the way to the finals, and I'm thinking it was Terry. I'm pretty sure.
Then he tried to deny it.
No, then I changed it because I said that's not who I'd picked anyway.
Because I didn't think 100%. We can go back to the tape.
He does this
There's
every
a tape
week.
of it.
It's on that paper.
He does this every week.
It's on YouTube.
He does this every week.
I'll pull it up.
The week before I had even took the Clippers, And then when I come in here that day, I said, you know what, I might take Portland. Then I said, nah, I'm not. I'm going to stay with my original.
There's a series of text messages where it's pretty expletive filled, but Terry tried to deny picking Portland, and I called him out for it.
So here's the picks that we actually had.
He did.
And here's where
I'll
everybody
sit here and admit I picked Portland, and I can break down exactly why. I can break it down. I can break down exactly why.
I know you can, but 2 words: LeBron James, Anthony Davis. The
3
Lakers
words:
had
Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, and Jusuf Nurkic. And I was not expecting them to look like their backs were broken after playing 15 games.
Even Dwight Howard was balling in that series. I mean, he had a couple pretty good games in that series. So, I mean, I'm just not sure
scored
why.
5 points.
No.
He got more than that. Okay.
No, he got more than that. So I'm just telling you. So you guys just disrespected the best player in basketball.
I want to say something else, though. I can't let this go. I mean, first of all, Tom, as you sitting over here, I'm going to tell you like it is. I am a Boston man. Do you ever think I'm going to pick the Lakers? Ever?
But Terry, you got to go with
the
your brain.
next team they play. I'm pulling for that other team.
You got to go with your brain, not your. You are a professional radio host now. You can't do that.
I hate it. I hate the Lakers.
It doesn't matter. I hate the Steelers.
But I
know when they're going to win a ball game.
Man.
If the Steelers play the Bengals, I'm not picking the Bengals because I hate the Steelers.
I would have sat right here and you pulled me every Celtic fan they are in the world up, and 90% or more are not picking the Lakers.
Tom, if you've ever seen a bracket from me, Duke has never made it out of the first round.
See, but you guys...
That's what I'm saying. It's not going to happen.
They might make it out the first, but not the second.
This man is as Boston Lager, right? Is that what we're trying to say here? He's got 100% loyalty to Boston. He cannot use his brain to say, well, the Lakers are going to beat Portland, but eventually they're going to get
There's
beat.
2 things I hate about the Lakers right now. Number 1, they're the Lakers, and number 2, they got LeBron. There you go.
Tom didn't know that Paul Revere's middle name was Reinhardt. So y'all didn't do that in your history class, did you?
We didn't do that.
He's as Boston as he gets over here.
He's Boston Lager. They need to put him. You see those commercials? We need to put Terry in one of those commercials.
See if Sam Adams will give him. Sam Adams will give him.
Picking the Lakers. Who they play next? I'm pulling for that other.
Yeah, I've never had Duke out of the first round in any bracket I've ever filled out.
This was an emotional choice, so I'll quit giving you a hard time about it. So we're just going to go ahead and concede that the Lakers are going to win this series. So Kevin, who's that got us matched up?
All right. So what I was trying to say a little while ago was, here's our picks from the first round, or y'all's picks from the first round, so I could put it on you. We had Portland over LA, Rockets over OKC, and it's 2-2.
2-2. Yes, it is.
Clippers over Mavericks. It's 3-2 Clippers.
Yeah, JP, that happened last night. I heard you.
We had
keep going.
Denver.
Keep going.
Denver over Jazz, and they're down 3-2. In the East, we had Toronto and Boston. They swept. We had Milwaukee. They're up 3-1. You geniuses had Indiana.
I did take
Whoa. Those geniuses had Indiana.
I had
Miami.
I did pick
Whoa. Jay Butt has had Indiana's number.
And you know what? Defensively, too. He's really an outstanding defensive player.
It's almost like playoff Butler just comes out, and he's on a different level.
He's an outstanding defensive player. But I was going to ask you guys about Dallas, because I know you guys...
Hey, why are they not playing tonight?
Today's matchups, they split it 3-3. It's Orlando and Milwaukee, Oklahoma City and Houston that's tied 2-2. Portland and LA. Let's stay here for today real quick. Oklahoma City, Houston tied 2-2. You guys had whether it was 2-1 or 3-0. You guys had Houston over OKC. Does anyone feel differently now? Does anyone OKC?
I had Oklahoma City winning this series. Tom? So I'm going to stick and hope that Oklahoma City can come out.
Well, I had Houston, and then the biggest reason I had Houston is on account of, but now we got to have Westbrook back because I got a feeling they're not going to win if Westbrook doesn't get back.
They said, they said he looked good in practice. I'm sticking with Houston on that.
Yeah, me too.
My only question is, how does that do to your dynamic? I know how good they can be together, but he hasn't played for the past 4 games. I mean, does it?
It wouldn't be 2-2 if he was there.
Yeah, it could be 3-1 Thunder.
No.
I mean, he can shoot you in and out of games.
Could have been a Thunder sweep.
I mean, we never know.
It's easy to guard Harden. It's hard to guard Harden and Westbrook.
That's true. That's very true. If they had an Anthony Davis or someone that could finish in the paint, I would, I would feel much better about Houston. I would say they're almost unguardable if they had somebody that could score.
I want to tell you something too, and we're speaking of somebody in the paint. Whitesides and the other Portland center are terrible.
Whoa. Are you not talking about Nurkic, are you?
He's terrible.
No, he's not. He's tired.
He did not play anyway.
He didn't look very good.
He's tired.
I have never.
Do you know he didn't play all season?
I'm going to give
until now
Giannis,
because he was injured.
Yeah, he just didn't look.
He's just tired.
Yeah, Giannis has played good. Howard did play good. I'm going to give him credit.
Howard did. I was impressed.
But as far as centers, man, you don't even need a center. They have got where they cannot score. They maybe get a block or two a game. They're in there for 5 points.
Terry, we all know why. It's because they're not teaching them how to play, true big men, fundamental big men ball anymore. It's if you can't stand out on the 3-point line and hit a three, what's it matter?
It's the point, too, of having a center, and they have got 2 or 3 they're sending into the game because none of them are any good.
They just put them in there as bodies. They're just for fouls.
Well, I was going to say this, too, what I was going to ask, talking about unconventional big men. Porzingis is out for the series. So
Right.
is Dallas done?
Yeah,
Hasn't mattered.
They're conceding.
Hasn't mattered so far.
You saw what happened when Paul George actually showed up.
Yeah.
They blew him out by like 30.
Yeah.
Morris steps on Luka's ankle. Then the other guy, got racial with him, Montrezl Harrell. So, nobody had Dallas winning this series.
No.
But don't let them mess around and get them next year. They might bust their butts. You let Luka get another wing guy. You had just any type of wing to that lineup right now that can score. Sean Marion, he had an ugly as can be shot, but he played defense, and if he was wide open, he would knock the three down. With Dallas back in the day, it's almost the same team, except that's what they're missing is that one wing guy that can drop 20 every now and then, hit some threes.
Is Dallas a team that can go get somebody?
Oh yeah, they got them.
As far as free agency, yes. That's one of the
Cuban
best. That's one of the best destinations as far as free agency goes. It's just a matter of
no state
who's
tax in
available.
Dallas. You can sell a lot of people in Dallas.
I mean, Houston changes their team every 2 years. The Texas thing is big as far as the taxes. There's a flood of people coming out of the states into Texas. Just don't leave one state for a reason and then vote the same way, right, Tom? That's the ignorant part, isn't it? All right, so that's okay. So where we're at with that does anybody have Dallas coming back, or is LA now? LA's got some guys on the team. They're one of the teams that didn't want to play. So
it was both the Clippers and the Lakers voted they didn't want to play,
and then
until everybody else said that we want to play.
Who's George Hill? Which team's he?
George Hill plays for the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
He is basically totally against them being there at all. So you're looking at your 1s and 2 seeds that
you had the right.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, go home.
That's what I'm saying. If you didn't want to be there,
so
you could have opted out.
We're looking at 1s and 2 seeds that who knows what might happen in the next few weeks. So next round may be more interesting to pick, but right now, really, what we're down to is can the Mavericks come back? Y'all say no, and then the other series, the coaches, Pete Rose is coaching the Denver Nuggets over here. They're down 3-2, and I don't know if they can win or come. I picked them when I thought that a 7-2 3-point shooting phenom was going to be playing 20 minutes a game. He has not played at all, and they keep playing these guys. Tom's got more points than the Plumlee, I think, in this series. They've got 4 or 5 guys that they play that just don't get buckets. And
Yeah.
I've watched plenty of Charlotte Hornets basketball over the years to know you can't just run that many people out there that can't score. You can't just have 1 or 2 guys on the court.
Every time they come down the court, they look for Murray.
Yeah.
All
And then
the time.
They take Porter out, and you're just like, that's your third option. Why is he coming out? And Bo don't even play, and then the rest of the guys can't shoot. Now, they miss Gary Harris, obviously, big time.
Yeah, they do miss
I think,
him.
in this series, because he's really their 3-point shooter, stretch the floor guy. But maybe next year's their season. I don't know. I don't know about this coach. He's over, what coach, what NBA
Will he
coach do
get
you look
fired?
over what's got his hands over his face? Do what?
Will he get fired?
I would if I was running the team, just based on this series. Like, well, I go to him as a GM, I'm like, all right, do I trade Bo? Like, why is he on the bench? Why is he even here if you're not even going to put him in the game? Everyone else has got into the games at some point, you know. And then you say, we talked the other day on the podcast, defense. Pfft, who cares? You're giving up 130 a game.
Yeah.
Like, what do we? Maybe the 7'2" guy might block a shot as opposed to the 6'5" guy from USC Upstate just watching him blow by like a matador. And then that guy can't shoot. So I don't know. If Jazz win, they're going to be tough. Let's say, so if the Jazz move on, it would be Jazz and Clippers, which both teams struggled in the first round. Are we looking at a 6-7 game series in this one as well?
God, no.
Clippers going to...
I see going 5
Jazz
at
gonna blow
most.
them out?
5 at most. Jazz are not blowing out the Clippers.
So
who's matched up with Mitchell?
Who's matched up with Mitchell? You want Paul
Will be
George or
George.
Kawhi on him, or
You know.
Pat Beverly when he comes back?
Yeah,
right
that's
now,
true. Yeah, they got 3. They do have 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Listen,
they do have 3.
And people can
That
talk,
can
and
play defense.
They can play defense. Montrezl Harrell will go out there and be just a hype man, but he can still he can score more points than Draymond Green can.
Yeah, that's when people match up and they talk about that series. That's when people talk about Boston, I say Boston can throw anybody at you. So Clippers can too. They got 3 guys there.
Marcus Morris or whichever one of the Morris twins that is that plays for the Clippers and not the Lakers. That's what's going to be so dang confusing if they meet in the conference finals and they're guarding each other. He can guard somebody too. I mean they're defensively sound. The Mavericks, like they've said it throughout the whole series. People forget they have a historic offense. Like they set a record this year for proficiency. So it's tough to stop scorers. Like scorers gonna score. I mean, you could do all you could to try and stop Michael. He could still drop 30. Scorer's going to score.
Terry, is there any chance that Hayward comes back this year? Or is it
4 weeks. It'll be 3 weeks now. 3 weeks now.
So finals.
They got to get through so they got to get to the finals for him to come back.
Boston's deep enough. They're deep.
That
They
hurts
are
them
deep.
not having, but it
does. It does hurt.
It hurts them.
But they've played without him, before last year, the whole year.
I think Boston can win this series against Toronto. I do.
I don't know. I watched Toronto. They looked really good in that last
Toronto
game.
is the best coach team in basketball.
They are.
And I like Brad Stevens a lot in Boston, but Nick Nurse is amazing with what he's doing because he replaced a successful coach in Toronto anyways.
Yes.
Because Larry Drew was very successful with them. That's when they actually started winning, started being high seeds in the East. And for Nick Nurse to come in and take his spot and then to have even more success and to lead them, obviously, with Kawhi on the team last year to a championship, that's huge. So the coaching-wise, I have no problem. But this is a star-driven league. And if you look up, who matches up with who, I still think Boston starting lineup has maybe one extra person that Toronto can't match up with. Kyle Lowry's going to get his. We know that. But him and Kemba can kind of
Now he was a little
negate
banged
each
up
other.
too, Hunter. He's going to be able to come back for this series because he left. He left the game. He left the last game of that series. Did he not, Terry?
Unless he's one of those. Well, at this point, I really don't know who's going to come back because if you're kind of on the fringe about whether or not you want to be there and you're just a little bit sore, you just be like, you know what, I'd much rather just go home. Yeah. They did an interview this week with with De'Aaron Fox from Sacramento, and he said, look, I know if we would have made the playoffs, it would have been exciting, but I was ready to go. That's what he said. He said, I was just ready to go. This environment was just draining, not being around anybody. Like, no friends, no family, no nothing. He said it's just draining. He was ready to go.
I can imagine.
And he said, so I can only imagine how these guys are going to be if they make the finals because that's not till October. We still got they got to be in this for a whole nother month.
And a lot of these guys are young. They probably got young children and young wives that don't like to sit home by themselves. So, I mean, that's got to be tough on them. So I completely understand anybody's wanting to go home.
Here may be Debbie down. I'll be Tom for a second. A lot of false rhetoric. Coming from the, I would say, coaches and players and stuff about.
Why does he always call me Debbie Downer? By the way,
through the years, about for the love of the game and all that's come crashing down this year.
Kevin, you have 2 small children.
Yeah.
So if somebody said, "All right, Kevin, you're going to go play basketball for the next 3 months, and you're not going to be able to see your children,"
Kevin would be okay for the first 3 weeks, and then it would start hitting.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to be honest. It would hit you.
I've seen you
I've
with
had enough
your
of
small
this.
children, interacting with
Some
your
people
small
like their
children,
children.
playing with your small
Some
children.
people like their children.
Well, I mean,
he's
that's
a
true.
liar.
That's
He
true,
is a
they
liar.
do.
He calls me Debbie Downer. Then he tries to say he don't like his own children.
I
You
didn't
believe
say
this
I
guy
did.
over here?
I said some people don't.
Wrong answer.
Some people
You
don't.
believe this guy over here?
I'm saying I do. I enjoy talking about
no.
children, but what I'm saying is that again, same with when Nick Saban hears the other day saying this is not about the money, it's about the players. Bull.
Well, Nick Saban's in it.
Hockey.
Don't get me started about Nick Saban, the most selfish man on the face of the planet. I don't even want to hear about Nick Saban.
About having money, and you'll always know you have money.
Yeah,
He's not going to give any of it away.
Here's the thing I feel about the bubble, whatever. If you can't spend a month or two being paid the way you are to play a game, and that's going that right there is tough on you. I mean, you've got 9 other months in the year. You've got the rest of the rest of your life to hang out with your family. Just take a couple months and deal with it. And the rest of this country's dealing with all kinds of stuff.
You're right.
And so I don't know. They're staying at Walt Disney World Resort. I would imagine they're not staying at the budget hotels there at Disney.
No, come on now.
They're not staying at no Motel 6.
They've got
the
some,
lights ain't on.
They've got some cheaper options there at Disney that you could stay at, and I'm sure that's not the one.
I stayed at I can't remember. It was like a Ramada Inn down in Florida. Of course, the pictures online looked a lot better than the actual hotel was. I think my door was made out of aluminum foil.
I'll have to tell you.
I turned the TV on every night, and it was like. Let's just say that Orlando is not exactly a peaceful town. Sometimes, I mean, they've got the resort area and they've got
Tom. When we go to break,
trouble.
I'll have to tell you my story about when I went to Atlanta at a young age.
Yeah, but
we let my grandmother decide what hotel we were staying at.
But the hotel was $39 a night.
Yeah.
I had more money to
Hunter,
spend.
I'll just tell you from experience in my life, no story that begins or ends with the words "in Atlanta" is a good story. Just
yes,
I've had fun in Atlanta.
Well, that's always the case. That's Eugene Robinson. What I said was, this story never ends in a good way. Eugene Robinson had all kinds of fun in Atlanta, but he did not have.
I've had all sorts of fun in Atlanta.
Oh, okay,
Atlanta's a fun town sometimes. I bet.
Atlanta's my fun fact. Atlanta is my favorite city on the East Coast.
They all end in a that's a. I just don't even.
I
know what
like
to say
Savannah
about that.
better than Atlanta. Just saying, Savannah's. Because I'm a history guy. But
I was about to
Atlanta,
say.
Atlanta's got some cool
I would have
stuff.
1,000 the cities in front of Atlanta. But there you know.
I love Atlanta.
Whatever. All right, so nobody. You guys are going with the Jazz to hang on, Milwaukee to hang on, Lakers to hang on, and y'all went with Houston over
Yeah, we split there.
The
Me and Tom's got Houston.
That's
Hunter's
fine.
Still vote.
I just think Oklahoma City. I would much rather see them succeed than D'Antoni in Houston.
All right,
I will never
but you
give
know
that to
Westbrook's
them.
coming back, so how could you still make that prediction?
Because I think Shea Gilgeous can lock up at Westbrook.
Oh my lord!
So before
Chris Paul can pick maybe James Harden once. You're not going to stop him, James Harden from getting
Lock
20,
up.
but you can stop Westbrook from getting 20.
Yeah,
because he can. If it's outside of like 15 feet, Westbrook's about 25% shooter.
I do have to say that Kevin corrected me the other day. I said, "Man, how selfish is Harden, man? He drives or shoots a three every time he touches the ball." Kevin said, "Well, he had 15 assists." I was like,
he had more than both teams.
I was like, he must have had him in the first half because I think when he gets down and he gets frustrated, he just starts jacking threes. And he'll start driving every time. I'm like, and plus, the one thing they talked about in the game, we've talked about it on the show, it's a lot less physical than it used to be. And I'm probably in the minority because I didn't like the Bill Laimbeer days where he could clothesline you and all that. I didn't. I mean, as a younger man, I did. As an older guy, I don't.
That's how come your inside game has went away because
that's
without
true.
that,
it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Because it meant something back then. You go to the middle, you're going to get tagged.
But what I don't like is the game slows down because then we have a foul shot. There's another foul. Oh, then we have to review to see if this foul is how severe is the foul.
That's today's
I mean,
game.
it's just.
You
it's got
blow
one
on
extreme to
somebody the
another.
wrong way. It's a foul.
I think somewhere in the middle is better. I mean, I think that. I mean,
Tom, I've got a solution for you. Bring back hand checking.
Yeah, you know what?
You don't have
opposed
to get physical in the paint. You know what?
As long
That's
as you
fine.
don't extend.
Yeah.
Bring back
where
handshaking.
you
You want to
can
put your hand on his hip where he can't go to his right because
Yeah.
that's his best side, or in
Yeah.
Zion's case, put it on his
I don't have
left.
a problem with
As
that.
long as you don't extend your hand,
Whatever.
I would be happy with it.
Whatever, yeah.
But I'm not going to stand up for dirty players. I just think that you're vulnerable. in a
But they
basketball.
changed the game, Tom.
Yeah, but
those players changed the game.
But you're vulnerable. You see what I mean? When you go in that
They don't want
paint,
millionaires hitting the floor. They don't.
That's true.
They don't want Donovan Mitchell.
and they are. And I will say
they don't
they
want
are.
Bill Laimbeer clothesline.
They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose a star.
When I look at what bench scrubs make in the NBA, I'm
Right,
like, oh
it's-
my
yeah,
god!
think
I
of
mean,
that.
it's crazy. It is crazy.
Like
But
Cody Zeller's going to make way more than Scottie Pippen ever made.
I know you're right.
And I'm not saying Cody's a scrub either. He's a decent role player. The Hornets have been nothing but they got 10 good role players. They got no stars. And in this draft, what I wanted to get at before we get to NASCAR was we talked a little bit last weekend about the draft, where people could go. I've been watching mocks, trade ideas, what people could do. So
Are they going to wait for the completion of the season?
yeah, it's going to be in October or something like
That's
that.
going to have to be very soon because they have to get him. They have to get him in because they said this is going to push back the start of next season probably to December.
Which it should start in December every year. Hopefully they make that.
Oh, I'd love for that too. I think it should always start Christmas week.
Yeah, something like that.
Christmas
I think it'd be
basketball.
good.
That's the most. That is when they get the most people viewing the game, anyways, during the regular season.
And make it
Why
maybe
would you not be your opening day?
Do 60 games instead of 80.
I'd love that.
Yeah, I think it'd be good.
I don't think they'll do that because of revenue purposes, but
You're right.
I would love it. I the same way I feel about baseball.
So I'm obsessed with or slightly obsessed with going through the mocks and watching mocks, see what everybody says. Just to see
you've got draftitis.
Well, Charlotte's 3. Here's a chance to either change your future or keep the status quo. Hopefully, this is not another one I'll be making fun of in 5 years. Don't pick LaMelo Ball. Step 1. I just
He'll
don't-
go right
don't mess
after.
with
He'd
that.
sell a lot of jerseys, Kevin.
Yeah, I know. So
Michael don't want to deal with LeVar.
I don't think Michael has nothing to do with that. This is a surprise one that has snuck up in the top 10, Hunter. This is consensus mock draft updated yesterday at 11 a.m. This has got Cole Anthony now floating in the top 10.
I'm
of
not
the
surprised.
Draft.
His game is
Terry,
made for the NBA.
Terry, what this means is that this website takes and goes through different websites and everything, and then takes the average of the picks. And Anthony has moved up into the top 10. He's sitting at 6 right now. Edwards 1 to Minnesota. Wiseman 2 in Golden State. They've got LaMelo at 3 in Charlotte. I don't think that'll happen.
They most mock drafts, just like in the NFL for the NBA, most places they don't know enough about these prospects to not just say, well, these are the 3 best prospects, so they'll just go 1, 2, and 3. So either way, they're just going to go 1, 2, and 3. These guys.
Wiseman, we haven't seen play ball, and we don't know how he'll fit in today's 7-footers, how he'll fit in today's NBA.
LaMelo, you don't know how his game is going to be when he comes from Europe here to America. The only one out of the top 3 that's set in stone is Anthony Edwards.
And it even said, it said Ball don't play defense, and so
he fit right in.
Where in Charlotte?
Anywhere.
Yep.
So basically, the key is going to be, I think, that Golden State, whether they keep the pick, trade the pick, what they do with the pick if they do keep it. Edwards, I could see Minnesota getting Wiseman and going with the 2 big men, the 2 7-footers with Cat and Wiseman, and they've also.
I could see him going to the 2 guards, him and D'Angelo Russell.
Listen, I like this. Look. The more I had Andy here on Monday, Andy Sane came in and did the show Monday, Terry, and we talked. And we narrowed it down. I made him kind of pick. He likes Wiseman, but we were going with, find us a wing that can score, and we were with Edwards to see if he's available, and then the kid from Israel. Based on all of the scouting reports, he should be a good pick. And then Toppin Hunter was in there, but it's just not. Scouting report was kind of fun. He's a 22-year-old sophomore, so I don't know. I don't know the story.
And Joe Burrow is a 23-year-old senior.
No, I don't know how did
and
he
he's
end
getting
up,
ready to be a
what did
rookie
he do his
quarterback.
first,
What's the matter?
What did he do his first 2 years? That's what I'm saying. Like
He got better each year, and then this year he was College Player of the Year.
They've got Cleveland at topping at 5 right now.
If Cleveland got topping at 5, that actually would be a good core for them going forward. I don't really know about the point guard situation.
Don't pick another guard. Just don't pick another guard.
Yeah, for Cleveland. I'm not saying he'd be the second coming of LeBron James, but he'd be good wing scoring because that's something that you don't have. You're so guard heavy in Cleveland right now. It's not even funny.
Quick question, Terry. Who's won the championship last, Cleveland or
It's
Boston?
Love, and then like
Who's won the
4
last
other people they need.
Even if Kevin Love's going to be there, he might be.
That's what I'm
they might
saying.
move
That's
him.
their question in Cleveland. We got Love, and then we need 4
I like Kevin Love, but I'd like for somebody who's like one piece away from being a challenger to give something stupid for him. That's how you build a team, right? You know, like if you can get somebody who wants that one player right now and they give you something stupid, they give you a good player.
I do want to say this about the building a team thing. I was thinking about this last night watching these drafts and how they were talking about matching these guys up. And I'm sitting there thinking, we talk building a team all we want. If you ain't got one of the top 5 players, it don't matter. Now, for the Hornets' sake, we just want to win some playoff series. We need to build some teams. But if you don't have LeBron, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, when's the last time a team won the championship without one of the top 5 players? Was it San Antonio when they were getting older? Was that the last one?
San Antonio, when they beat the Heat, probably was the last one. Because Tim Duncan was not top 5. Tony Parker was not top 5. But they had young Kawhi.
Yep. Dirk was when he played. They still had young Kawhi. You're right. Kawhi was even on that team.
How about Toronto this year? Would you just discount that? Would you say they wouldn't have a top 5 player?
No, they don't. And
But they could. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. I think they could.
They can make the finals and get stomped in the ground by LeBron or Kawhi.
Tom, who do they play next?
It's a numbers game.
Well, they're definitely not worried about Boston.
They're going to get by Boston.
It's a numbers game when you get to the finals. That's what gave Toronto the edge on Golden State last year. Golden State, who for years had always had the 1 or 2 extra numbers when you're talking about players on the court. Last year, it just came down to Steph. KD tried to push himself back, and look what happened. He tore his Achilles. So that just left for Kyle Lowry, Kawhi Leonard, and then one other person just had to show up. That was Siakam.
Who was keeping Kemba Walker off the All-Star teams all them years? Kyle Lowry. His nemesis is in. He's going to have to play him. Kyle Lowry is the Kemba killer.
If he plays.
Who?
Lowry was banged up. We said it earlier.
Hey, he only needs to play 4 games. he don't need to play the other 3. He just needs to be there for 4. But, I don't know about winning the championship now. Both my picks, I had Toronto and Denver, and both of those, and I just did contradicted what I just said.
Well,
neither one of them's got a top player, and I'm starting to
when you say
that
though, and I look at Kemba. Kemba was at Charlotte. He had no help. He is at Boston. He's got a lot of help.
All right. So last year, the Raptors won the championship with no lottery picks. Kemba had 9 lottery picks on his team. How much help do you need?
I can't help that Charlotte don't know how to pick.
How much help do you need?
They don't know how to pick. Charlotte, bless their hearts.
Bless their little hearts. That's exactly.
I'll tell you what, maybe Michael is working his magic on some free agents right now because he is the liaison between the owners and the players. So maybe he'd be able to coax somebody in.
Michael's not a coaxer, though. He's not a.
You're not getting a free
agent.
You're not getting a free agent until you draft 2 guys that can play. Kemba's not going to Boston if they don't have Jaylen Brown and Tatum. He's not just going to Boston if they got nobody.
Yeah,
like that's how you attract free agents. Charlotte. They've never got 100. You're right. They've never got any free agents, but they've never had the 2 players. And that's what I was excited when they got Dwight. Now we got Kemba and Dwight. All you need is one guy like Tobias Harris or another guy that can score 20, 15 to say, hey, I want to sign up too. And now you're cooking. But
what screwed Charlotte was the Utah Jazz matching what they offered Gordon Hayward.
Didn't they, Matt? Didn't we try to get Mitchell too at some point?
I don't know about Donovan Mitchell.
When I think of Charlotte, this is how I think of Charlotte, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think Michael's won a lot of championships, 6 to be exact. And when you become an owner,
7.
Oh, 7. Well, when you become an owner, do you really want a team? I think he'd like to have a team that would win 1. But does Michael want a team that wins consistently year after year after year?
Are you saying that about Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the one who wanted to win at any cost?
I'm just
if he
saying,
wants to win
maybe
right now.
what you did then is different now since you're an owner. You know, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know.
He wants to win and not lose money.
That's what I said. I think he wants to be in the playoffs.
Now I'll say
But do
this:
you
there
want to win
are
it?
definitely owners out there that are just in it just to make money, and if they win, great. If they don't win, I mean, hey, maybe
How much
next
money
time.
do you need? I don't understand.
Tom, you keep saying it, but once you get a
that's
little,
what I'm
once
saying.
you get a little bit,
Jordan
I mean,
is what? I mean, he's in
I
the
don't
$1 billion range. I mean,
He is a
does that
billionaire.
really?
What's
Does this
going to
mean
last
anything
forever?
to
You
him?
First pro sport billionaire.
When you die, your money's going to go to somebody else who's going to waste it because they didn't earn it.
Not if they bury
A
it
championship,
with you.
Terry, never goes away.
That's what I'm saying. I think he would like to win one,
That's
but
what
would
I'm
he
saying.
want to be with somebody who won a lot in a row?
It's like,
Nah.
yeah,
You know?
when you're gone, you want to say, hey, I won all these. I won an NCAA, I won this, and as an owner, I won these.
Yes,
And
I mean,
how
that's
you
what
live
I would
on.
want
Terry,
beside
I
my
just,
name.
I think the only reason why I think that is crazy is because of who we're talking about. If it was any other owner, I would give it to you.
But why don't you
listen
make
to
moves?
the stories of all.
Why don't you? Why can you not make
You
moves?
what are you just gonna sell the house? Just gonna sell the house to
If
maybe
it
get the
was
nice
me,
car?
If it was me and I had what he had on that bench, I would sell every one of them.
Yeah, and then
Well,
I
there'd be
just
no
run.
doubt.
Then I'd only have 5 players on my roster.
I could care less. That's what I'd
run
run
out.
with.
I'd run out of player. I'd run out of money somewhere.
Now watching some of the mock drafts, I mentioned the kid from Israel. This draft, I just pulled up. This is a Hornets mock at the Hive. Hunter, they've got Advisha going 2 to Golden State. 6'9", she can shoot the 3, can play defense. He's 19 years old. He's already been the player of the year in the Israeli League twice at 19 years old. They, sitting at 2, Golden State can either pick a center to go get rebounds, or, but if they pick that kid, that's Draymond's position.
That's not going to happen.
Now, one of the trades I saw, Terry, was the 2 pick and Draymond, and a pick next year. It was involved in an Embiid trade and an offer for Giannis too, but it was like 2 first-round picks, Draymond and somebody else off the bench.
About to do it in a heartbeat.
Draymond will not be traded from Golden
Yeah,
State.
he will. Steve Kerr's about tired
No.
of Draymond.
If they
Draymond's
win,
the floor leader of that team. I'm telling
That's
you, I don't
Steph.
care what anybody says. He's the floor
That
leader.
is Steph Curry.
He led him to the number 2 pick this year, Terry. 'cause
Sure he
everybody
did.
else was hurt.
He is averaging a triple single.
Oh, triple single. Oh, man. It's got LaMelo at 3. There ain't no way. Halliburton, I was watching him. He's a kind of a point guard more, so I don't think they'll go there. Wiseman at 5 to Cleveland. I don't see Wiseman dropping there as well.
I would love to see him in Cleveland. I think that'd be great.
All right, JP. I get a thumbs up from you?
Yeah, you did.
Hold on.
You did.
Hold on. Here we go. All right, so we're going to take a break, folks. JP, we've got a NASCAR minute to play here. So, actually, I just don't need you to do really much of anything other than getting ready for me to hit play. Hunter, I need you to turn on the 7 for us as I hit this and turn
All right.
our mics off. So, this is
Tell me when.
This is some interviews this week for NASCAR about Dover and about this weekend's race in Daytona.
Oh, we got trouble right here. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got turned and into the inside wall.
Kyle Busch got a big chunk of that as well. Chase Elliott's got significant damage to the nose.
Kyle Busch, right side damage. They put one of those big high-speed bear bond tapes on the bright green Interstate Batteries Toyota.
Chase Elliott and his pit crew, they've already packed up the pit box down here. Chase Elliott out of the race early. Here comes Harvick. He'll work the outside lane, pull even in the middle of turn 4, and it's over before they get to the start-finish line. New race leader, Kevin Harvick.
Denny Hamlin's got a problem. Denny Hamlin is off the pace. He'll pull the car to pit road, and Denny Hamlin having trouble at lap 227.
It is complete and total domination yet again for Kevin Harvick. Checkered flag is out, and for the 7th time in 2020, Kevin Harvick is a winner. He picks up the win here at Dover in the Dry Dean 311.
green flag goes in the air, and we're racing at the Daytona Road Course for the first time in history for the NASCAR Cup Series.
And Kyle Busch, who again locks it up and is way off course in 6, and he'll spin the car around.
Fastest car on the racetrack, it belongs to Chase Elliott.
Busted, speeding for Martin Truex Jr. Here we come to the end of the stage. Slow on the left front. They still haven't gotten the lug nuts tight. And Martin Truex Jr., a slow pit stop.
It's Kyle Busch. The car will break loose. He'll spin around and slam into the outside wall.
Final time through 13 and 14. Hamlin is there. All over the back end of Chase Elliott. It's going to be a drag race. Chase Elliott by a half a car length. Denny Hamlin right there will not be enough across the line. And Chase Elliott has scored the win in the Go Bowling 235 on the Daytona Road Course.
You know, to reflect on the history and what has built this place is very special.
Chris Buescher was asked, what is the stress level going into a playoff cutoff race? On top of that, it's Daytona.
Yeah, my stress level's already peaked when we go speedway racing, so it's not going to add anymore. I think that the end game for Daytona will be the last lap and the last lap only. I think, like you just said, there's a lot in the same position we are that stage points aren't going to be enough, so those aren't really going to matter. So maybe you'll see the stage ends, which have been really clean the last several years, way cleaner than I expected. I would imagine the stage ends will probably be pretty clean if everybody kind of keeps that mindset that it's win or nothing. But I guarantee you we get down to those last 20 laps and we're going to see a lot of torn up race cars. So unfortunately, that's the reality of our speedway racing right now, but we'll do our best to not be in those torn up cars. We've had some pretty good fortune at the speedway races this season already. Hopefully we haven't used up all our speedway racing luck, but I feel like over the past 2 years I've used up all my speedway racing bad luck, so maybe we'll be okay and be able to win that thing and get in. But it's going to be a wild ending to that race, but I'm saying there's going to be a lot of caution exercised early on.
Michael Baddow was asked, are you expecting the intensity level to be higher at Daytona with so much on the line?
I don't think so. I think the opposite. And I'll tell you why. It's just my perception. I could be wrong. But, a lot of these plate races, you try to get to, the strategy to get to the end so that you have a shot at winning. But if you really look at it closely, the guys that win those races run up front all day long. If you look at Blaney, you look at Brad, you look at Joey, you look at the guys that are typically up front, you look at Denny at those plate races, they're there all day long. And so the days of riding around and getting everything timed out just right where you can make a late race charge is hard to do. There's some guys that can do it. Newman, put himself kind of in that position, at the 500. But for me, I feel like, we were hoping that the Daytona Road Course we could sneak the win in and not have to worry about the super speedway because it is such a crapshoot. But I think you got to be up front all day. You got to race hard. You got to be in position. So I think that it'll be more chaotic and more hectic because guys are willing to take more chances. I know for sure I would. Knowing that you have to be in position when it counts. You can't do it from 15th.
William Byron was asked, are you wishing the playoff cutoff wasn't Daytona?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's going to be a very difficult challenge. I think that you've got to expect going in there that things aren't going to go your way, and hopefully they do. So, it's just it's one of those things where you just have to go in with low expectations, try to race as hard as you can, and hopefully you're on the good side of things. So, I don't really know what to expect right now, but going in there, I'm excited, and hopefully we can have a good run.
The game plays right here.
Are you ready for some football?
Your sports leader, WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, and WCSL Cherryville Gastonia.
Alex Hayden asked Jimmy Johnson, as you near the end of your final full-time season, how do you manage the feel of possibility never winning again in NASCAR?
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways a competitor has to manage fear. There's the issue, in the job itself that you come to grips with. And I think looking forward, some of the things I want to race, I'm being very aware of that and saying, hey,
this stage of my life, do I really need to take that risk? The fear of winning or not winning, the fear of being competitive or not, is a fear that I love. It's a fear that has kept me accountable my entire life. I've learned to live with it and enjoy it since I was a young kid racing dirt bikes. And, it's kind of framed up my life. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate the nerves and butterflies and all that come with that. And it makes me who I am.
Alex Hayden asked Jimmy Johnson, what is on your bucket list for next year and moving forward?
There's some sports car races I've always wanted to experience, different cars that I've always wanted to drive and experience. And really it's about those experiences. I recognize that I'm on the older side, and an IndyCar might seem like a crazy destination. Some people might be thinking that. But if I can pull it off, why not? And I know my work ethic, and I know how I will apply myself. And I'm willing to accept that fear and that risk and go do it. So, sports car racing, very similar kind of arc through that. And then, I look at the dirt racing that I did growing up. At some point, I do want to go back and get dirty and drive some of those trucks once again. So that's really in the car racing side of life. And then what I'm most eager to do is to slow my schedule down and really just enjoy my family and enjoy friends and have some weekends at home and balance life out a little bit after, being on this grind for so many years.
Hello, this is Milton Baker inviting you to listen to NASCAR Racing right here on WCSL 1590 AM, 92.3 FM, and KTCBroadcasting.com.
Worry about getting caught up in those games that waste half your day? Well, Friendship Nissan and Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City is different because we're fast, easy, and transparent. We have over 300 new and used vehicles on the ground with clear choice pricing and the region's only non-commissioned sales force, and a free lifetime warranty on every new car. You better believe Friendship Nissan and Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram is different, and you can find us in Forest City.
Don't miss the Golf Shop Radio Show this Wednesday from 11 to 12, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the leader in traditional golf apparel. Mark Greenheld and Matt Blanchard go from tee to green and everything in between. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Wednesday mornings at 11 o'clock on Carolina Country, WCSL, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, and online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
It's time to play at the Green Meadows Golf Course on Kelly Road in Mount Holly. Play and ride Monday through Friday for $25. Weekends just $30. Seniors ride and play Monday through Friday for $20. And every Wednesday is Ladies' Day. Ladies play and ride for just $15. So make your tee time now by calling the Green Meadows Golf Course, 704-827-9264. Green Meadows Golf Course, 957 Kelly Road in Mount Holly.
Take advantage of a special offer on the versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. You own the land. Now, make it yours. Get the Kubota BX 2380 for payments as low as $99 a month.
Your Kubota dealer is Park of Arms Service, 126 Bessie Drive, off Highway 74 at Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. As things open back up, it's important for everyone to get back out and promote your local communities and stores. Here at Shope Shoes in Shelby, we are committed to our community and our customers. We have shoes for just about everybody. Everything from work boots to athletic shoes and even sandals. We have several great deals going on right now, so come on in and we'll be happy to help you find what you need. We'll provide friendly, attentive customer service, and you'll get good prices on quality shoes. Shope Shoes, 1843 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Call 704-482-8653. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal has a new additional location. It's the former AAA Auto Salvage on Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Just like the Shelby location, the new Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal in Lincoln buys cars. Come pull your own parts with over 1,000 cars in stock with new vehicles arriving each day. Admission fee is $2. Just bring your own tools. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. The king of parts. the new auto parts you pull and scrap metal at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with the gang.
Yeah, that's what they do. They don't want anybody to see who they are.
You just gonna stare at that microphone till one of us talks out of it, JP?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I was trying to figure out what your strategy was there.
He was doing well, I guess.
I just want to say,
Give him an A+.
I just want to say we do have a new NASCAR. I wouldn't call her a fan yet, but we do have somebody interested in NASCAR now. Is Anna Cinefani.
There you go.
On Sundays when I'm not working, I'll say, Anna, the race is on today. She'll go, Dad, let me know when the last 10 laps are.
There you go. She'd be the first female engineer.
She wants to watch the last 10 laps.
Now, Tom, what she can do is she can come intern here, and then what she'll get is just apply at one of the NASCAR coverages, and that the way the sports people hire women left and right now to be any of the sideline reporters, any of the stuff. So,
well, you need to talk to Anna about that, because she's talked about an internship, and she's like, well, I don't know how a radio internship could help me with engineering. I'm like, I think there's a NASCAR connection here.
That and. I mean, the engineer we have to pay her. I've told her that we have to pay our engineers an absorbent amount of money to come in. Anything that I can't do, we have to pay someone to come in. It's an engineer, and we have to pay him. And he mentioned that my son and my daughter, one of them should be an engineer, so I don't have to pay somebody.
Well, I was gonna let you know though, if Anna did come here as the engineer, she would try to take over the radio station because she's like taking over the house. She's
but see, those guys, what they do, Tom, is they travel from station to station on call, and that's
fix the problems.
Basically,
they're the fixer.
He works from home, and goes from tower to tower, transmitter to transmitter, fixing things. There's all kinds of engineering that you get into. Like I said, you get into NASCAR racing and being part of that. Everything now, Hunter, with that is getting digital and more technology. Even setting up a race car gear, the simulation modules, you can get into something like that. There's all kinds of interesting things in that. So that was our NASCAR minutes and some sounds. Terry, this weekend we're in Daytona. I'm pulling up the standings and everything now. Jimmy's 4 spots out behind William Byron after really, 2 strong races from Jimmy and Dover, and Byron hung in there and finished strong.
I think it's all come down now. What Matt Di Benedetto?
Yeah, he can
Benedetto. Benedetto. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah,
Matt, I can't say it.
But him and Byron, Johnson, and then they hope nobody on the outside wins.
So if Boulder wrecks and basically everyone else does well behind him, he's got a chance to fall out. But he's at 57 points. That'd be he really needs someone else to win for him to get knocked out.
Oh, wait, when is the last qualifying?
Today.
Today is the last one.
Yeah. Tonight's the last race.
Tonight on KTC.
So it's tonight.
Yes.
What time does it start?
7:30. Cup at Daytona. So JP, what's our radio times there on today's broadcast? We might have more than one race on today's broadcast. I know because the way they've got everything squeezed in there.
And while he's looking for that, don't forget that new Saturday sponsors, Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram on Oak Street in Forest City. Call them at 828-919-3001. Friendship Nissan, also on Oak Street Extension in Forest City. It's 828-245-1661. JP, you got it?
Yeah, you want me to read all of them?
Read today's schedule.
All right. Today we got the Atlanta Braves, the Philadelphia Phillies at 6:50 p.m. and we have the no, sorry, that was wrong. The Atlanta Braves, but it's at 1 p.m. And then we have the Coke 0400 at 6:30 p.m.
So, okay.
I accidentally read yesterday's.
Racing the green flag will be somewhere around 7:45, Tom, to answer your question.
Okay, so it's tonight.
Yes.
So I officially have something to do tonight.
Yes,
right? There'll be NBA and there'll be NASCAR.
From Daytona. Now here's where it's going to get wild.
Maybe even some baseball games.
Maybe even some baseball games. Watch the Indians beat up on the Cardinals again.
Beat up on the poor Cardinals. Team under 500.
They
Terry.
should be well rested, Terry. They never play.
Indians the only people I've ever heard of brag about beating a team under 500.
Anyway, Terry, why we have a moment? Do you want to make an announcement, public service announcement for West Lincoln High
I
School?
do.
Camille Sane,
Yeah,
my
coming
former
to
co-worker,
Bale, North Carolina.
Hold on, let me get. We want to put this on Terry's camera.
Put it on Terry.
and not anybody else.
Yeah, there we go. Coming to Vale, North Carolina, Cow Pie Bingo. If everybody knows about this, if you've ever been in
Some people
one,
don't know what that is, Terry.
I'm telling you, they got all kind of spots out on the field.
I would say.
I am embarrassed to admit I don't know
I'm
what it
gonna
is.
tell you.
Do you don't really?
No, I don't.
What?
It's the anticipation, Tom.
I'm from a civilized area. I don't really know what cow pie bingo is.
Hold on.
Tom, please tell me you're just poking at this so we can get this over there.
I don't lie like all of y'all do. I tell the truth.
Okay.
I am true news.
That's what I tell
am
all
true
the time.
news. No, you are not, Terry. But this is true. I've
You're
got
honest
it in writing.
Abe over here.
So, for our northern listeners and folks not from, I would say, I don't even know if it's that. It's got to be more spread than around here.
Yeah, folks.
Listen, it's not just this area.
Where we have water and sewer lines, and we don't know what this is.
All right, so
Burns has had this before, so don't let him tell you not.
I'm pretty sure they probably have.
Yes, they have.
So I'm gonna say this slowly, and then Terry's gonna read the announcement, and then I will explain to Tom exactly what we're doing. So Terry, you have the floor to read your announcement, and we're just going to go from there.
Okay. They call this the Cow Pie Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
It will be held September the 26th from 3 until 7 p.m. So this could take a while.
Yeah.
4 hours worth of it. At the Ike Sane Corral or Field in behind Cat Square Superette. There'll be live music, cow pie bingo games, free balloon sculptures for kids by Mike Maddox. Over 30 vendors will be there. There'll be fairy hair. Food vendors will be Coach Tom Sane. He'll be grilling bologna with some salt and peppers and different things. They have roasted corn, a Victory Grill Philly cheesesteak, some brats, some spicy watermelon salad, Lisa's kettle corn, roasted nuts, and popcorn. But again, this is September the 26th from 3 to 7
just
p.m.
under a month away. You've got a month to prepare yourself, Tom.
So
you got to pick a spot.
Well, I got one question before I explain it to Tom. 3 to 7 p.m.
Yes.
Is that the guaranteed festival time no matter what, or does the festival end when the game is over?
It'll be from 3 to 7. There'll be all kinds.
They'll party
there's
till 7 no
30,
matter
there's
what.
30 vendors.
Now, Tom,
gonna be there.
You've been to a Super Bowl party before, right, Tom?
It's been a while, but yes.
He's been to a what?
Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
Usually I watch alone because I'm so depressed I don't want to depress others.
So on the Super Bowl, you can
You're
buy.
right.
You go to a party, you can buy these squares. It's like
Yeah.
store squares.
Yes.
So, what they do in Cow Patty Bingo, Tom, is mark off a baseball, softball, football field, any type of field, into squares.
Right.
They push a cow on the field.
You've picked a square. It's yours.
Can you think about the rest of what it is?
Oh my God!
Yes, Tom.
That's actually.
Please
that's
tell me
actually-
this is not true.
It just,
I
this is
wish
just-
100%.
Tom, you don't
proof.
understand.
This
It's
is
the
just proof.
anticipation of that cow
Look.
getting near your spot.
This is just proof that Southerners will bet on anything.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, you
Southerners-
can see your host. I can see your
will
eyes
bet on
get
anything.
real big
They'll bet on anything.
when that cow gets near your spot.
Hey,
When you don't, I tell you, when you don't have cable TV, you find other ways to entertain
This-
yourself.
You gotta
This is
you gotta
it.
ring your bell. You gotta cheer your cow
Oh,
on.
here
to your
comes
spot. When
cow's
it gets
got-
near your spot. What?
Wow.
Hey, you know how mad you'll get when the front legs get on your spot and the back legs
That's
are on
it.
somebody else's spot.
And somebody else wins.
What if it craps on the corner? You split it.
We have a. You don't want to get into that dispute. They get really dirty.
Oh boy!
I don't know whether there's a splatter situation on this or not, Tom.
I'm telling you,
Listen.
well, I tell you that's interesting. I thought Camille Sane would be way too sophisticated to promote such an event.
Southerners will bet on anything.
I thought.
Tom,
like,
don't come in here talking sophistication.
I thought Camille Sane
okay?
was like old Charleston, sophisticated Southerner, but I see she's rural Southerner like the rest of us.
I don't think y'all ever want to say anything because, I mean, y'all even had to cancel football games because stuff happened on y'all.
I'm not saying that.
Y'all
I'm
played
saying,
goat patty bingo.
Yeah, goat patty bingo.
Where I
don't
live,
know.
I've always had water, sewer, and street lights. So I mean, you know.
JP, have you?
I thought I've heard it all. I thought I had heard it all, and now this comes out. Really,
I didn't know.
But actually,
you knew about it.
What's a
JP.
square?
I had
what's
no
a
idea.
Square cost?
Now Tom's
she
ready to
doesn't
get
say
in on
that.
it. Hunter.
Oh, now he wants to get a bet on
Bring
it.
y'all freeze this action.
What's a
Tom, I
square
hate
cost?
to tell you, odds start at $5 a piece. No,
$20 for a square.
it's probably.
That's
probably
a
just
good
depends.
question.
It
We'll
just
have to get
depends.
all that more
Yeah, I mean,
information
Oh,
on
that's,
this.
that's not on the info list.
No, it's
we
not
didn't know
on
how
this
much
info.
a square is. If you're involved in the Cow Patty Bingo, where's it at again?
Can a square
Is that
be
Cat Square?
sponsored?
Ike, St.
Can a
Corral,
square
or the
be
field
Can we
right
put a
behind
KTC?
Can
like,
a square
make
be
a scarecrow
sponsored?
with a KTC shirt on it?
Hey,
Put
we
it out
could
there?
all go together and get a
We
square.
could. We
Look at
could.
that.
Now,
We could.
broadcast opportunity, Tom. You think you can get a sponsor for this?
See?
Oh, Lord. You work your magic. You know.
Yeah, we painted the KCC cherries on the square.
There
We've
you
got
go.
We've got some breweries and
Tom-
wineries. Surely one of those would sponsor the Cow Patty Bingo broadcast.
Because Tom is Debbie Downer, he probably couldn't sell air conditioners on the equator. But I'm sure
Hey.
some of y'all could get a
don't-
sponsor.
Hey, I'm getting text, Tom. They want in on that action. Trent Marty's in.
Trent, talk about somebody else. I think Trent Marty would gamble on anything. The fact that he would say that he would
wants
like
in
to
on the Cow
purchase,
Patty Bingo.
Listen,
the square in Cow Patty.
we
Bingo.
just got to figure out how many squares, what the size of the
That's
square is
it.
going to be, and then
I
Let me
wanna
ask-
know
let me-
where the
let me ask
cows
one-
enter.
No. Let me ask one more
That's
question.
me.
Oh, there's way you can
I
have
wanna-
all the questions.
I wanna
Let me
know
ask
if the
one more
cow
question.
is eating
Do you
already.
give the cow a suppository to make sure that he's going to go to the bathroom?
you just let him go.
Well, see,
I mean, how do you know the cow's not?
Tom, I'll tell
he's
you
got-
exactly
he's
what
got
it is.
4 hours
I'm about
to
to
do
say
it.
that's
It
why
starts
there's
at
4
3.
hours.
It
Oh,
lasts
okay.
till
So you
7.
put him there. So
That's
what
why-
you're telling me, within a 4-hour window, a cow's got to do what a cow's got to do.
That's
should.
exactly right. Hopefully,
should.
if not, then I would call the vet.
Or can you do this like you do when
Tom
you're
say
hunting
may
deer?
feed him a bologna sandwich
So-
to get him going.
What if it goes
Bait him?
twice?
Bait him. Bait him to your square.
Can you do that, or is that cheating?
I do not know. Until
Is
they
there
tell
really
me.
cheating in cow pie bingo?
I know.
How do you bait a cow?
I
What do you
know
bait a cow
horses.
with?
Now,
You
if
can-
it was a horse,
if
you
it
can
was
bait it with an
deer-
apple because horses
Well,
love apples.
Yeah,
but I
apples.
don't know what
Deer
you
will
can
go
do.
to corn.
Yeah.
What does a
So-
cow bait to?
What is a cow bait? To?
Fescue.
There you go.
Someone to add a little bit of hay in their hand.
But my brother, who's never up early enough on Saturday to listen, my brother does. He does love a game of chance. So I may call my brother up.
Forward
and
that
see.
email to
Yeah,
Dan.
he enjoys a good game of chance.
Look,
So I may call him up.
Just
I'll
be
set
like,
the
hey,
books.
just
I'll
say-
go there and set the books.
Tom,
we'll
this-
have a betting line. We'll
This
see
is
if
how you
Vegas
handle
will
Tom.
take
You
it.
call him up, say, Danny, I've got a
game of chance for you.
I've got something that me and you can do that we've never done before together. We've
Hell,
never
we
heard
don't
of
even
it.
have to be there.
This is
Someone
an
just can
this is
call
an
us and tell us.
experience.
Yeah.
Terry will call us.
Hey, this will
Hey,
make
I'll at least
y'all
do
can
$5
become
on one.
sportsters.
I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. The degeneracy of betting, Tom, so bad that you're waiting on a text to find out where the cow patty landed and if your bets came through.
Yes, you are.
I know quite a bit of people that will throw some money down on this.
Tom's first reaction was to laugh and then said, Southerners will bet on anything.
They will. But let me go ahead and slide this in because we've done a lot of promotion for Camille Sane and what she wants to do. Let's go ahead and promote one more time. Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge, who is sponsoring this. Who's the guy that
Thomas Borgello.
Okay, I wonder if he's going to get on. I mean, Forest City to West Lincoln's not that far.
He lives in Lincoln.
He lives in Lincoln.
Yes.
Okay, so he could just show up.
I thought for sure that my car, truck, or something would be sitting out here.
the
this morning.
Jeep.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Oh.
And
It's
I did not see it.
Terry, if you want that Jeep, you're going to have to go to 190 Oak Street Extension in Forest City, 828-919-3001. I will say
That
this, Terry.
or hope that the prize in cow pie bingo is in fact your Jeep.
See, but I know this about Terry. I know he's got to have excellent credit because I don't see Terry borrowing anything for any kind of impulse purchases and not paying it back. He probably makes his poor wife sitting at the house is probably 82 degrees in the summer and 58 degrees in the winter. So his power bill's like $86. So you know that his bills are all paid. You know, his bills are all paid. He hasn't bought a set of tire in 20 years. So we know this man here has good credit. So I'm sure they can hook you up at Chrysler Jeep Dodge and let go of some of that money, Terry. Let go of some of that money.
No.
You can't take it with you.
He has to save it for Cow Pie Bingo. He's got a lot of squares to buy.
Terry, call them 828-919-3001 and tell them you want that Jeep Gladiator, Terry.
What year was you
get
born
him
in?
get
96.
Get a decent payment on that, Terry, and actually driving some style. You look like like an old man driving that thing.
Hunter
out there.
has spent
Get
more.
you something new.
Hunter was born in 96. Terry's is in 99, right?
Yes.
Hunter has spent more on tennis shoes in his life than Terry has on
has.
tires.
Tires. Yes. But if you don't like Dodge, you can go
That's
to the
true.
You can go to the Nissan.
I do like tennis shoes.
The Nissan dealership, 156 Oak Street Extension in Forest City, 828-245-1661. Thank you, Friendship,
Yes.
for sponsoring
Thank you, Tom.
this nonsense we do for 2 hours and 15 minutes every
Nonsense.
Saturday. Nonsense.
All right,
I think it's very sensible.
Nonsense.
here's your lineup for tonight. Harvick is on the pole.
You know what? He's cheating again. Damn it, I'll say it. He's cheating
He's
again.
not cheating.
There's no sense
He's not cheating.
in this.
Hunter, sometimes I'm not cheating. I'm just better than you, son.
The
That's
lineup-
the way it
the
is.
line-
I'm just better
Look,
than you.
Hunter,
until
the lineup was
he got caught
determined.
last year cheating multiple times, so
I'm just
maybe they
better
aren't
than
just
you.
looking that hard this year because they know everybody's dealing with something and they just want the fans to be happy with who's winning.
All right, so Hunter's Conspiracy Minute. The lineup was determined using NASCAR's new competition-based formula, which takes into account finishing position from the previous race, 50%, ranking and team owners' points, 35%, and the fastest lap from the previous race, 15%. Harvick placed first in all three categories.
Oh, imagine.
Your starting grid is Harvick 1, Truex 2, Logano 3, Keselowski, Almirola, William Byron, and Jimmy Johnson. So Jimmy will get a look at him. Terry, with these guys on the outside looking in, we're at Daytona, basically for 199 laps. You're holding on.
Professionalism, Tom.
Because you got to finish the race. You can't make the playoffs. You can't win it if you don't finish. That's step one.
No.
Now, step two, here's what's going to be hard for Jimmy. He is only 4 spots out, but unlike other races where I can get up 4 spots on somebody and be comfortable, you just don't know till last lap. So he's got to try to win the race, basically, right?
Yeah, for him, and I tell you what, this is why people say, well, I hate this because it's being done. I love it. You can be coming out of turn 4 and in the field for the standings to go on racing.
Right.
And next thing you know.
But Boyer could wreck in turn 4
Yes.
of lap 120 and be done for the year.
Yes.
And Terry,
could wreck 100 yards from the finish line
exactly
and be done.
If somebody from behind Jimmy Johnson wins today or tonight, that'll knock Byron out.
Yes.
Or De Benedetto unless they're part of it. So, like I said, Jimmy's 4 spots out, but the way the cars move on the laps, he has to try to win. Because even if he comes in second, Byron could end up 4th or 5th or 6th there based on the cars moving around, and then he don't get and he's out of the playoffs. So to me it's going to be survive to the end, and then the last 10 laps we'll see who's still left. But I mean, like you just said, you can come turn 4 and think you're in the playoffs and be done. The people that don't like it, are you getting mad that the 17th best driver didn't make it? Is that what you're mad about?
That's what I'm saying. That's what you're asking.
And then the other thing is, shouldn't the guys? Would you rather have the guy who came in 17th on points, or someone win the race and get in? How exciting for the sport is that, winning the race? Say Bubba Wallace wins tonight. How much press would that get? He's sitting back in 25th.
Or anybody behind back there.
Right.
Anybody. It don't have to be Bubba Wallace.
Is Wallace in 25th? It seemed like he's had a better year than that.
Somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Seems like he's had
He's
a
not
better
in the top
year.
20, I'll tell you.
But
I'll
you
pull
go to
up.
them guys that's 20th and down,
Yeah.
all they have to do is win. And this is a race that they could win.
He's 22nd. So Jimmy's in 15th or whatever, 16th, whatever it is, and then Christopher Bell, Busher, Bubba Wallace, Stenhouse, Michael McDowell, Ryan Newman could win here. What if he won at Daytona after wrecking earlier this year to get in the playoffs? How big of a story would that be? Kenseth is sitting there on the outside, so you got to be in the top 30 in points, so the guys after them aren't. So you're looking at Priest, LaJoy, Kenseth, Ty Dillon, John H. Nemechek. Bet all your money against that happening. Ryan Newman, McDowell, Stenhouse. If Stenhouse can keep it on the track, he ends up doing pretty good.
I was getting ready to say, it seemed like Stenhouse has had a better year than that.
He does good on the restrictor plates, not too bad. And then Bubba, Busher, Christopher Bell. Danica Patrick news, we won our NASCAR championship last night, and the kids, we did a dance and everything the kids did for us.
We cannot get a show complete without the name Danica Patrick.
She won a championship last night.
Yeah, but that name always comes up. I'm starting to wonder. Are you starting to wonder? I'm starting to wonder.
I've won a championship in the 43, and then Danica. Now we got to pick a new car here for our next.
She's only 38. It seems like she's been around forever. It seems like she's 65 years old, but she's only 38 years old. She's been around forever. It seems like it. She's been around a long time.
Well, she don't need no money.
No, she got money.
She's got plenty of money.
She got money. She can give me some if she wants, because I could use some money.
Yeah, are you saying her and Aaron Rodgers aren't eating from the cheap menu?
No,
they probably don't get the dollar value.
Well, you guys forget that Terry broke the story that they split anyways.
Yeah,
did they?
Yeah. Terry broke the story.
Terry broke the story.
Terry broke the story.
Terry's broke a lot of things in his life.
It's TMZ Terry.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
TMZ Terry.
Lord have mercy.
Well, all right. Here it is. Clinch via points. Clint Bowyer would win with 3 points, so he could clinch as early as stage 1. DiBenedetto would clinch with 51 points. Byron can only clinch with help, along with Jimmy Johnson. Let's see, Bowyer. If there's a repeat winner from it, that was if there's a new winner, that's who would clinch. If there's a repeat winner from this year, Bowyer clinches regardless of finish. DiBenedetto would clinch with 47. Byron would clinch with 52. Jimmy and Eric Jones can only clinch with help. Everyone else, everyone else not in right now, basically can clinch with a win. If Daniel Suarez wins, he's the only person out of the top 30. He would need a win, and then a couple of the guys ahead of him, Terry, to wreck out for him to get into the top 30 in points and get into the playoffs. So that's what you're looking at, Terry. It's 100% the hardest thing in the world to do, pick a Daytona winner. So go.
Yeah, and again, I hope Jimmy Johnson gets in. If his last year, I do want him in, and that's just me. I mean, I think he's been a great NASCAR champion, and I'd hate for his last year for him not to be one of those that's competing.
He'd be in right now if it wasn't for the coronavirus. He missed a race.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that's, you look at it being unfair to him. It's unfair to him. This is his last year, and how he didn't get to spend with any fans. And then they got disqualified for another race. So yeah, I mean, it's not like you're like, man, he's just had a bad year. He's in the top 10 every race that he's in. And so you're just like, man, how is he out of the top 16? And you look at the circumstances.
Well,
it's just weird.
Yeah, and you mentioned one a minute ago, Ryan Newman. If he would come back and all of a sudden win,
that'd be crazy.
What a story that would be. I mean, so you sit there, and then, you have to take these other guys, because Daytona, these other young guys that's in this top 30, some of them guys back there, 18 through 30, are going to have a shot. They're going to be there with that group right at the end, and some of them could be 27th, 26th, 24th, 30th, or whatever, and have a shot to win this thing. And if Jimmy Johnson's in front of them, and I'm one of them guys behind him, and Jimmy Johnson's out front, you know what's going to happen. I'm knocking him out of the way, because it's a victory for me, and he's out of it, and I'm in. So, anything could happen tonight, all the way to the last 150 yards.
I mean,
whatever it is down at the end, anything could happen.
I honestly
in this race.
There is no favorites in this.
No, there's no favorites.
But with the draft, between the drafting and the need to get to the front, I mean, there's going to be some wrecks and some hurt feelings tonight, probably.
Just like we mentioned last week when he was talking to some of the drivers, and every one of them drivers was like, where do I want to be? I want to be out front. I do not want to be stuck in the middle. I do not want to be in the back, because if I'm worrying about doing all of that just so I can make it in, then something's wrong. I want to be the guy that's out front, either first or second, coming to the end.
About the only time you don't want to be out front is at Talladega, because you're burning up all your gas. Somebody, you're playing a game. Yeah, you're playing a game. But everybody else, you want to be up front.
And then when you start seeing them, when they all fall behind, and you're like, "Oh, here they come."
I got the odds for you bettors, Hunter. Hamlin's got the best odds. Logano and Harvick next best. Keselowski out, and this is who I was going to pick just off the top of my head. I was going to say Ryan Blaney. He seems like in these types of races, he runs good at the super speedways. Chase Elliott, and he's not afraid to put his nose in there. I'll say that about Blaney. He doesn't wreck people on purpose. I haven't got that from it yet, but he's extremely aggressive in the fact that if they do wreck, whatever happened. But I don't think he purposely wrecks people like Terry's favorite drivers. Chase Elliott, then Kyle Busch, Truex Jr., then Jimmy and Kurt Busch, and Ricky Stenhouse all the same. So that's why I said Stenhouse, you wouldn't put him in the same. If this was a mile and a half, you wouldn't say Stenhouse has got the same odds as Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson, and he does this week. Alex Bowman, Almirola. The worst, well, let's see, Cole Custer's at 4,000, whatever that means, Hunter. What is that? You know how to explain that?
No.
Plus 4,000.
No, that's,
and I predicted
those kind of odds.
Cole
I don't
Custer
quite.
top 10.
Those kind of odds I don't understand. Now I understand plus minus.
Custer's starting 13th, I think.
I predicted Cole Custer in a top 10, and he did finish 10th.
Like, I understand point spreads, but I don't understand like plus 200, plus 2. Yeah,
I've never understood like the baseball odds too. That's always been. I've never really fully, because I don't bet on it.
Well, a lot of times most baseball odds will let you just pick to win.
All right, JP.
Depends on who your bookie is.
Well, I'd like to say one thing before JP goes to. Don't you like the way Kevin takes a little jab at your nose, Terry, and then he keeps on talking?
Yeah, I know.
Why do you do that to Terry? That's not even.
Well,
right.
I do want to
That's
mention one thing. When we come back,
go ahead.
There's this group who did the NFL top 30 running backs of all time.
Oh God!
And when we come back, I'm gonna have y'all pick their top 10. To see
why
if
do you
want to
do why do you want to do this with Kevin when you know he's going to get mad at both of us after we do this? Because every time we do this, I'm so glad we don't.
And we'll be back after these messages. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Nowadays, buying a new car or truck is different because everything is on the internet. So why would anyone waste their time trying to get answers from a salesperson who's just going to beat you up for more money? At Friendship Nissan and Friendship Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Forest City, our sales guys and sales girls don't work on commission. We have clear choice pricing, a free lifetime warranty, and you can find anything you might want to know on our 300 new and used cars and trucks online at Friendship Nissan or Friendship Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. Remember, we're different, and we're right down the road in Forest City.
When you shop our local advertisers, be sure to tell them you heard it on the radio. That way they'll know that their radio dollars they spend works for them and you too. Even in today's fast-moving world, radio remains the leading media to reach more people. 93% of Americans listen to AM/FM radio over the air. TV viewership is 89%, smartphone use is 83%, and personal computer use is 50%. So if you're a business owner, reach more people with the power of radio. If you don't tell it, you can't sell it. See the power of radio. WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, WCSL Cherryville. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on this farm he had some chicks, E-I-E-I-O, with a tick here and a tick there, here a tick, there a tick, everywhere a tick, old MacDonald.
If old MacDonald had a farm today, he'd have a Coyote tractor on it for sure. Test drive one at your local Coyote dealer.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 18 North, Highway 27 intersection West, in Vale.
Well, now take down your fishing pole and meet me at the fishing hole.
It's time to go fishing. Whether it's at your favorite fishing hole or the lake or even the ocean, the Great Outdoors in Cherryville is what you need. Come see their full line of fishing tackle. Visit the all-new reel shed and boats too. Bass boats, pontoon boats, and pleasure boats. They've got them all. So take down your favorite fishing pole and head to the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. Highway 150 East, right behind McDonald's. Online at teamgreatoutdoors.com. Like them on Facebook too. For years, Hicks Go Forth at Carfair Auto Sales on the Bessemer City Road in Gastonia has been providing our area with the finest in late model cars, trucks, and vans. And at Carfair Auto Sales in Gastonia, they feature on-the-lot financing. Come talk with Hicks about your next vehicle purchase. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, Saturdays 8 till 2. Call 704-865-8024. Carfair Auto Sales, 1320 on the Bessemer City Road in Gastonia.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? Do the market's ups and downs keep you guessing? Especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions than answers, contact your Edward Jones financial advisor. In Shelby, Adam Larson, 1427 East Marion Street. Call 704-692-0249. In Cherryville, Kevin Larson, 217 East Main Street. Call 704-692-0249. 2325. They'll help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing. Member SIPC.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with the boys.
We're back.
Good morning, guys. All right, I've got a fun little stat here for you guys this baseball time. This website is called Spot Track. This is really good of keeping up. If you got any payroll questions, money, contracts, what people are getting paid, this is a great place to go. This is the 28-man payrolls for every team and the team winning percentage on the same graph. So this is like one of my kind of favorite graphs here. Number one, highest payroll in Major League Baseball, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is, do y'all got to guess?
Highest payroll?
Highest payroll in baseball. This is this year. This is
got to be the Yankees. Dodgers or Yankees?
Dodgers are one. That highest payroll has contributed to a 710 win percentage. So good investment from the front office there. However, if you drive across the street in Los Angeles to the other team in the American League, they are second in total payroll. They have the second worst record in baseball at 313, 313 percentage, whatever you want to call it, 31%. The Los Angeles Angels.
Only one less is probably Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it is the only one less.
Probably. And the Cardinals just got swept by them, so, we're doing great right now. Got beat by Kansas City, swept by Pittsburgh, and then 14-2 in 4 straight games, Hunter. It can only go up from here.
Maybe.
Bad week.
Cubs, you can't have a bad weekend right now.
Cubs are third with a 62% win percentage. The Phillies are fourth, sitting there at 440. The Yankees are fifth in payroll.
Wow. I wouldn't have thought that.
They have dropped all the way to fifth.
Well,
Steinbrenner's
hold
dead,
on. So. That's in the 28-man payroll. They're number one in across the board payroll. So this is the 28-man active roster payroll.
They got a lot of nice guys up there in the office that got to get paid.
They also have people. I think they owed like $26 million to people that don't even play for them anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that was on their total payroll. So
idiots.
They are number one in total expenditure, but they're only number 5 in their 28-man payroll.
Well, you know why they can do that? Just slide this in. You look at the map of where fans are. Eastern North Carolina has more Yankees than Braves fans.
I would bet so. Tom, just when you look at the football dynamics. East North Carolina was Redskins country until the Panthers came. It was that side went north because that's that side of North 85, I guess.
Right.
And then this side was Falcons country. The Braves are 7, Hunter, with a winning record. Nationals are 8th with a losing record. Cardinals 9th with a 1 game under 500. The Reds are 10th, way under 500. The lowest payroll in baseball. Who's got the best bang for their buck? How about the Miami Marlins? $14 million is their payroll this year.
What, they second place?
The Rock just bought the XFL for $15 million.
Think of it.
So you're telling me
the Marlins? He could have bought the Marlins. That's what Jeter owns.
So you're telling me that like a Mike Trout made more than the entire Miami Marlins?
Right.
Oh, by like 2 or 3 times over.
He's making about $25 million this year. He's making more than 4 or 5 teams this year. Here's the teams.
If people lose interest in ball,
listen to the bottom 5.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Orioles at the lowest, $11 million is their payroll. 11.5.
And they've struggled for the past 4 years.
483 is their win percentage. The Marlins have a winning percentage, $14 million. They're above 500. The Pirates are 28th, 14 million. They got nothing. But the best money spent in baseball at $18 million this year, the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, think of that.
Well, they don't make no money off of fans anyway.
Well, they
so.
645. They're used to playing this. They're their environment, ain't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're used to playing without fans.
They're fine with it.
22-11 overall, first place in the American League East. They have the 27th lowest payroll in baseball. The Tigers, then Kansas City, then Seattle, and then you get to the Twins at 23 with a winning record and a $28 million payroll.
So you're competing with too much down in Florida anyway. Just because there's a bunch of people moving there doesn't mean they're going to go to a ball game. So I mean, I know there's people moving there.
They're
every
there for the
day.
summer.
They're there because they're snowbirds from New England.
Well, I mean, if you're in the north and it's you get what, half the year with sun, or like I'm just thinking of it, saying being in Boone, you only got so many months to be outside and enjoy the weather. In Florida, during baseball season, do you want to go sit in the sun and pay $8 for waters and hot dogs, or do you want to go to the beach and do that? And if you're up, you're up north and stuff, going to a baseball game may be a outdoor activity, as opposed to being in Florida.
I went to Daytona in May one year, and it was 95 degrees and about 95% humidity every day. It's about how, like up north it's too cold to go outside. In Florida, it's too hot to go outside.
If you're a single male, how many Major League Baseball games are you going to?
I'm not going to sit out at anything unless they play in a night game. I might go to a night game if I was.
You go sit at the bar and drink some
I don't
colored beverages.
I don't sit at bars and drink.
And watch
I'm sophisticated.
Yes, I'm talking about if you're retired in Florida, Tom, what are you going to do?
That's right. The one that had no idea what cow pie bingo was.
That's
You're
right.
He's about to put some money in on the cow pie bingo.
Yes.
I'm an aristocrat.
JP. What's our next break time? How we doing on breaks? We good on breaks? I know we got to get back out. We
got about 2 more.
Okay, we got football and stuff to get over real quick. The overall standings. JP, just be on the edge of your seat. We're going to take a couple quick breaks here. Terry's got a list to go over. Tampa's in first. Yankees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams over 500 in the American League. The Oakland A's with the best record. They have the 19th highest payroll. Braves in first in the East. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 6 teams, guys, in the National League at 500 or better. And if the Rockies get beat today, it'll only be 5 teams.
We're taking 8
over 500 and 8. Yeah,
think of that.
Braves and Terry. I asked Hunter this on Wednesday. I'll give you the opportunity to maybe rub the salt in the wounds. If this was a 162 game season, will the Braves be the favorites in the East?
162 games
with their injury situation and how everything's went right now.
I would still say yes.
With the one pitcher,
I still say yes.
Could not be me, Terry, but I'm so glad that you believe in us.
Marlins 2 games out, Mets 3, Phillies 3, Nationals 5 in the East. And the Central, Tom was mentioning American League Central. He called it the best record in baseball. I haven't added it all up yet, but 3 teams do have 20 wins. Indians, Twins, and White Sox. We've managed to beat the White Sox pretty easily, but can't beat.
We can beat the Twins.
Can't beat the Twins or Indians. I think we got Detroit next week.
We beat the Twins 2 out of 3 last time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And we got swept by the Pirates. So
we got y'all coming up again this week.
Oh, that'll be good. We swept y'all last time. No, we didn't. No,
2-1.
Lost 2-1. That's right. Lost the last
game.
I stand. I'm not going to be fake news. We lost the last one.
So here's your. All right. Before we go to break, here's your playoff chances by team percentage. Okay, you follow me? These are. I don't know who did the percentages and who did the figuring, but this is what I'm going to give you. It says LA Dodgers 100% right now. Have 24 wins. We said you get to 30. Yeah, that's pretty,
I got a feeling they're in.
Yeah. They basically have to go 5 and 19.
Don't forget about the Padres. They're the California team that no one's talking about.
At 99% is the A's and Rays. 98% Indians. 99% Twins. 98% White Sox. These aren't in order of percentage. They're in order of games behind. So that's why. Let me click on the win percentage. Maybe that'll get them closer to being in order. Rays, Indians, Twins, White Sox, Padres, Cubs, Braves, Yankees, and Astros all at 90% or above. So if the 3, 6, 9, 10 teams are basically in right now. 11 at Astros. Now, here's when it gets fun. Blue Jays, 56%. The Marlins, 2 games behind the Braves, are only listed at 36% to make the playoffs. We'll get down to Cardinals at 70% to make the playoffs. Mets at 53. Rockies at 500 right now. In the West are only at 35%. Cardinals under 500 are at 70%. So I don't know who's doing the funky math on that.
Did you hear the little breakdown that they did the other day on starting pitchers?
No, wait a minute. Let me finish this. Then you can do all you want on pitchers. The Pirates' chance to make the playoffs, Terry, 0.5%.
We're probably not too far above that.
We're getting there. At 3%, ladies and gentlemen, the Seattle Mariners. 4%, the LA Angels have a 4% chance of making it. 5%, the Rangers. 7%, the Red Sox. And ladies and gentlemen, your Kansas City Royals have a 9% chance of making.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
The playoffs.
9%.
Terry, you guys need to go 18-10 the rest of the way. Good luck.
Yeah. We
Did
take
somebody
away all of our
predict
one run.
Kansas City making
They
the
probably
playoffs?
make
sitting
it.
Terry
at this
did.
table?
They probably make
He
it.
also picked the Angels making it too, I think.
I also predicted the Padres.
Everybody
would
at
make it.
ESPN predicted the Angels to make it.
Yeah.
The Angels need to go.
The Padres are good.
The
I'm
Angels
telling
need
you,
to go
the Padres are
19-8 the rest of the way just to get. They have to have the best record in baseball the rest of the way just to get to 500. That's why there's percentages are. All right, Terry, about your pitching, and then we've got to take a break.
I know. The pitching they come out with the other day, they said starting pitchers now, 26% only make it to the 6th inning.
They're wussies.
Well, they said 50 years ago, it was 67%.
Yeah, you definitely need more arms in today's
How about
game.
that? Well, how
Definitely
much
need more
now
arms
your
in today's
starting
game.
pitchers do not have to do hardly
Now
nothing?
that the rules is you got to face 3 batters, shouldn't you need less arms?
But you're yeah. I see what you're saying, but I guess what I'm saying, if your starter's only going to the 6th, you're going to need.
They have to go to the 6th.
And a lot of times they got a 7th
are
inning
to
guy,
win.
an 8th inning guy, 9th
If you got
inning
to
guy.
now, and nowadays if you got a DH, and then if you got to go 3 batters, I think we could reduce the
Not
roster,
if the inning ends,
reduce
though.
the
You
rosters.
can bring somebody in to get that last out, right,
Or
Kevin?
Does he have to start the next inning?
But the
No,
reason
he
I
does
went to
not.
that figure, Tom, because when Kansas City won it, that's what we started. Our starters would go 6 innings, then we'd bring on Herrera, then Davis.
But
and
what
then-
you got
I
in
mean,
the pen, though, that depends on what
Yeah.
you got in the
And
pen.
now you got a 9% chance of making it. Way to go, Terry.
Yes. We got rid of all of them guys who closed.
Way to
Yeah.
go.
Whatever happened to
Holland did come back.
Whatever happened to respect for your elders, Terry? That's
You know.
dead, isn't it?
It
That
is.
doesn't
Whoa!
exist.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, hey, Terry, that's great and all. I'm glad y'all brought it out. But since you brought it out, you ain't won anything
I haven't
since.
won anything
so-
since. Everybody else has learned our clue.
JP, time to pay the bills.
JP.
We'll be
Go
right
ahead and
back
take
on
a break.
KTC Broadcast.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could go look at a new car or truck and you didn't have to worry about getting caught up in those games that waste half your day? Well, Friendship Nissan and Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City is different because we're fast, easy, and transparent. We have over 300 new and used vehicles on the ground with clear choice pricing and the region's only non-commissioned sales force, and a free lifetime warranty on every new car. You better believe Friendship Nissan and Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram is different, and you can find us in Forest City.
Check out this month's sale items from your locally owned Health Mart Pharmacy. That's Moss Drug in Gastonia. This month, Health Mart Daytime Liquid Caps or Nighttime Liquid Caps or Severe Cold and Flu Caplets. Your choice for $4.49 each. Moss Drug has Health Mart Magnesium, 100-count bottle for $3.99, and Health Mart Naproxen Sodium, 100-count box for $6.99. Get free delivery to your home or office, and they bill Medicare and do immunizations. Moss Drug, 701 West Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia, open 7 days a week. Looking for a new car? Maybe a pre-owned car or truck, or maybe an SUV? Then let your fingers do the walking and go to whatsupshopper.com. Local dealers with local vehicles. You don't have to drive all over the country. Just click on whatsupshopper.com and take a look at the local selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and more from local dealers in Gaston, Cleveland, and Lincoln counties. Car shopping just got easier by going to whatsupshopper.com. Pick yours out today.
Is the cost of ink driving your profits down? Then listen up. Discount Inkjet and Toner is here to help. Discount Ink Jet and Toner specializes in refilling inkjet and toner cartridges. Cut your ink costs by as much as 50% or more. Discount Ink Jet and Toner, located on 410 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. 100% satisfaction guaranteed.
Plumbing problems? Well, if you're not an expert plumber, then we invite you to call the Expert Plumbers. That's Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City. Just call 828-245-7302. Recommended since 1973. From faucets to sinks to toilets, from sewer and drains to well pumps, from dishwashers to disposals to bathroom remodeling, residential and commercial, new homes too. Don't let your plumbing problems drive you plumb crazy. Call Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City, 828-245-7302, or visit the website at olmstedplumbing.com. Check out the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday all-you-can-eat specials from the Captain's Cap Family Fish House. On Tuesdays, it's all-you-can-eat baby fried flounder for only $10.99. On Wednesdays, all-you-can-eat calabash shrimp for $10.99. And on Thursdays, it's all-you-can-eat whitefish for $10.99. All with the trimmings. And Sunday is your choice of all-you-can-eat calabash shrimp or perch for only $10.99. And the Captain's Cap is now hiring. The Captain's Cap Family Fish House, 3140 Linwood Road, Gastonia, 670 Park Street in Belmont, and 1218 Highway 16 Business in Denver. Voted again Best Family Fish House, Best Salad Bar, and Best Tea. That's the Captain's Cap Family Fish House.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk, where we talk about sports and some more sports with the boys, Kevin, Tom, Terry, and Hunter.
Do you write those before you come in on Saturday morning?
No, I just
wake
do
up
them
and
off
write
the top
those
of,
out.
I literally just do it off the top of my head.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Saturday Sports Talk. Real quick, some NCAA football before we get to Terry's list of running backs. Wanted to highlight some of our local boys, Chaz Surratt and Caleb Farley, being named preseason All-Americans. I guess that's by the AP. 23 of the preseason All-Americans on the two teams, Hunter, will not be playing football in the fall or at all. Chaz's brother Sage already announced he won't be. He's the 8th overall rated wide receiver by what I'm looking at, and then Chaz is 4th at linebacker. He's slated to play, but we'll see what happens. And then Terry came in this morning, wanted to mention another thing is the AP preseason top 25 came out, and he was excited about this. Clemson. Here, we're going to go down the list. Clemson 1, Ohio State 2, Alabama 3, LSU 4, Georgia 5, Oregon 6, Oklahoma 7, Penn State 8, Florida 9, Auburn 10, Notre Dame 11, Oklahoma State, Texas A&M, Texas, Michigan, Wisconsin. And at 17, Terry, the University of North Carolina.
Yeah, 7-6 last year.
You did. And their bowl win was over.
Terry, you know how these AP polls work. I told Kevin this week. AP polls go off of recruiting classes.
So that don't mean that bumps you all the way up there.
Look how much LSU lost in their four.
So the AP voters are watching high school football to be able to determine how to rank North Carolina after being Temple.
It will come into play a little bit of how you did last year.
At home.
A little bit on how you did last year, and it's literally a mixture between a little bit how you did last year and your recruiting class for this year.
There's a few teams in here that I'll look at. Number 1 is LSU. In this poll that I got, it said AP top 25. LSU dropped all the way to number 6. It said it's the first time ever a team had been number 1 and dropped that far the very next year. Well, you know what? It was on account of their quarterback because they don't know what kind of quarterback they got. But if it would have been Alabama, I don't care who they'd have stuck in there, Alabama would have been in your top 3.
Yeah.
No matter who the guy was. Even if it was a freshman coming in, he would have been in the top 3.
Well, that's what people have to worry about right now.
But when I look down
these
through
polls,
there,
they don't. I mean, this year now they don't mean nothing.
I look at a North Carolina team who is 17th in Kevin's poll, 18th in this poll, and they're ahead of Appalachian State, who comes in at number 32, who pretty much trounced them on their own field. Last year.
Ended up being a close game.
Well, yeah, they come back at the end.
Garbage
Proud
time.
for them. Yeah.
Good job, guys. Thanks for the
probably
try.
had in their third string.
Yeah.
But anyway.
App doesn't have a third string.
But anyway.
What do you need that for?
Yeah. Just on account of
this
Mac
is App's
Brown
third string.
back.
Thompson here at this table.
And that's all this is all based on. Don't get me wrong. Do they have people coming in? Yes, they do. But does that make you better? No, it does not until they hit the field.
We're not going to be able to tell. I know the Big Ten parents are irate, and there is lawsuits.
What are y'all
and
doing?
More.
Big Ten's having a meeting.
Tell me what y'all doing.
Big Ten's having a meeting to
Now
think
you're
about
talking-
starting
yeah,
Thanksgiving if they
Thanksgiving
get
Day.
it started.
What is that about?
Well,
You're
kids
going
wanna play.
to come
Kids,
in when
the
all
ki-
these other guys are playing
The
at
kid.
the end of theirs, and y'all going to come
It
in and
doesn't-
ruin
it
somebody's
doesn't-
party.
It doesn't really matter if you're not playing interconference games.
You're still
everybody's pretty
ruining
much
everybody
playing.
else's
Ain't
party.
ruining nothing, Terry. You
Stay
gotta-
back until your
No.
springtime play, and then
Well,
y'all
whatever.
go play.
Terry, this says North Carolina should be ranked 12th
Whatever.
if you eliminate the teams that aren't playing this fall. 12th.
Yeah.
If
Let
a
'em do
7-6 team that beat Temple
Let
in a
'em do it.
bowl.
I don't see why, if you didn't get started right now, practice the month of September and begin October 1st, and let's roll with this. I mean, it's just.
Well, Tom, that's been how everybody's been looking at it.
I mean, I just
3 out of the 5 big conferences said, "Yeah, we're just going to roll with it." Just like 34 out of the 50 states said we're going to roll with fall high
32,
school.
32 states
Well,
are
hey, I
playing.
mean, that just shows you some people
2
have
were
the better
undecided.
mindsets than others.
So, Maine and Pennsylvania
So,
still undecided.
the Big Ten don't get in, and who's the other one that's out?
Pac-12, and they ain't doing nothing.
Mountain West also is not playing.
So I mean, how does that
Yeah.
affect teams? How does that affect teams like Cincinnati and UCF, Memphis, and Appalachian State?
Yeah, they are playing. Cincinnati is playing.
So how does that affect those teams that aren't Power 5? Are they going to do a bowl championship series? Are they going to be allowed to be voted in? I mean, are they going to still put Carolina
There are
at
no
12
bowl
and,
games.
and do what?
There will be no
There's
bowl
no,
games.
there's no national championship
there's
either.
no such thing.
Mm-mm. There will be no bowl
So
games.
they're just playing ACC championships.
That's it. You will be conference champion, and that is what you get to hold to.
And that's where I'm kind of scared because, okay, once I get through regular season, or if I make it through regular season, am I going to go play in that championship game? Will that hurt me? Will I get hurt?
I mean, it's the same thing.
That's what State's
the
done.
same thing people
When
ask
State
about
went
the
to
bowl
games. Half of their guys decided not to play.
If you got an opportunity to go get drafted, the real question is why you even playing this year if you're not getting a national championship at the end of it.
You're also so what I'm worried about, the NFL is going to get started and it's shut down.
So Terry,
That's not going to happen.
Here's Carolina's last year. They beat South Carolina by 4, who also lost to App State. They beat Miami by 3. Georgia Tech, that was a good win, 16. Beat Duke by 3. Wasn't Georgia Tech awful last year, though?
They weren't very good.
No, they were not good.
Now,
Georgia Tech hasn't
Terry,
been good for like the past 3 or 4
North Carolina
years.
handled Mercer.
Good job.
And then they handled the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
And then they beat Temple.
Wait, they handled the Wolfpack with 8 starters out for us, so I'm proud you beat us.
So, Tom, beating South Carolina, Duke, Mercer, NC State, and Temple with a good recruiting class equals 17. I'm not saying maybe they're 24th, 25th, but have them at 17. How bad were the other teams in their recruiting and that they lost to fall for them to jump that far on a 7-6 record? It's not like they were 10-3 and had a great record. It is weird, Tom. They love them some Mac Brown, Terry?
I guess.
Is that what it is?
He's
All right, Terry,
recruiting.
tell you got a list there you want us to
All
talk
right.
about.
Yeah, it's just a list that they come out this past week because the NFL getting ready to start. It's hard to believe we start real games in 2 weeks. But
Get it
they
started.
had a list of the top 30 running backs of all time in the NFL. At number 30, I'm going to give Tom and them a little bit of credit. Way back in 1947,
Peyton Hillis.
1946 through 1950, Marion Motley.
Maryland Motley.
He was a running back, and he was one of the top rushers of all time. He
Yeah, he
averaged 5.7 yards per
I'm
carry.
sorry, are we going to talk about stuff that happened in color?
But I'm
or-
just saying, yeah, that's what we're talking about right then. But I'm going to give Tom and Cleveland a little bit of credit right there because he come in at number 30. But now, can you name me, and y'all just name players, out of their top 10 who made their top 10?
Let me see if I can do it in order.
Go ahead.
Because where was this from?
This was.
Do you have a website name or
Yes.
anything like that?
The Delete top 30 running backs of all time.
I mean, do you have a name of where you got it, like the website?
That's
like, was
what
it ESPN? Or?
Well, it
Most
was ESPN.
Most people
but it was
would have
the Delete.
copied and pasted. By
He
the way,
wrote it.
Terry
Yeah, I
down.
wrote it.
Okay.
You're right.
I was just wondering, like, because I need to know whose opinion this is, because this is easily
No,
fixable by knowing whose opinions these are.
I knew there'd be questions.
If this
when it
was
come to
folks
Cat.
from ESPN, here's your top 10 in order. See if I can
All
name
right.
them. You ready?
Yes.
Barry Sanders.
He's second.
I done missed the list then. If Barry Sanders is 2 in their list, that means Jim Brown's 1.
Jim Brown is 3rd.
Then Walter Payton's 1. Those are the top 3 almost always.
Walter Payton is 4th.
Then I don't know who they picked 1. They didn't put Emmett 1, did they?
Emmett was
Did they
number
really?
1.
Well, this is a way more legitimate list than I thought I was about to listen
There's
to.
See, he's got the top 4 already.
I was about to put Emmett at 7 because that's what the credit he gives. Now, if those are the top 4, that means 5 is either Dickerson, Peterson.
Where's
Has to be one of those two, or maybe LT with recency bias.
All right, Eric Dickerson is number 5.
There you go.
LaDamian is number 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian Peterson is number 8.
Ooh,
All right, so
who's number
7.
I'd have to put Earl Campbell in the list. I'm sorry.
Earl Campbell come in at number 15.
Did he really?
7.
Where's Marshall Faulk?
Marshall Faulk come in at number 13.
Oh, he's close.
Where's Dorsett's got to be in the top 10. They should
Dorsett was 14th.
He was the all-time leading rusher when he retired,
I'm
folks.
just
They
telling
put
you.
Terrell Davis in there.
Terrell Davis is number 9.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
You know Terrell Davis is gonna make that list. You know he is.
Oh yeah, top 30,
You know he is,
not
yeah.
top 10.
No, but I'm just saying.
He's
you
top
know he is.
30. He's not
You know
top
he is.
10.
A number
Terrell Davis.
7 and a number 10, and y'all will have 'em.
I can't. I'm quit after you said Terrell Davis is in the top 10. I don't know.
All I have to do is name teams, and y'all pick them.
Well, give me a sec. It ain't Curtis Martin. It ain't Jerome Bettis. I can't believe Dorsett wasn't in there. Falk wasn't in there. Edge wasn't in there. That's Marcus Allen. It's got to be newer folks then.
Marcus
Something
Allen.
like that, because I went through every.
Marcus Allen is number 7.
Yes,
Told you.
This is a terrible list.
Even
All
though
right.
the end of his career, he's a fullback running 1-yard runs.
Mm-hmm.
Is OJ?
OJ is 12.
Because a lot of people give him as a top 10 back. I don't know then. Who's the last
All
one?
right,
Terry?
number 11 was Curtis Martin. Number 10, Franco Harris.
Jesus.
Really?
What an awful list.
That was theirs.
no,
But the other players that they
Tops-
had listed were Chris Johnson at 28, Jamal Lewis at 27, Ricky Waters come in 26.
I think you might have nailed the top 5 as far as the players. I'm not a Barry Sanders. I'm just not a big fan, Tom. I'd rather have Jim Brown than him. I'd rather have Walter Payton than Barry. I'd put Barry at 4. I like him at 1. I mean, for him to be that far ahead of touchdowns and yards and everything, it's not even close.
I love me some LT.
LT should be
love
top.
LT.
LT should be top 10. Peterson should be top 10. Dorsett should be top 10. You can't have Dorsett be the all-time leading rusher at one point and not
Frank
be
Gore,
in the
top
top
10.
10.
Well, I always said LT because, I mean,
For longevity, he's got to be
Frank
in the top
Gore.
10. For
Yeah.
longevity. If you did this, it was just longevity.
Third,
Philip
was he
Rivers,
third all-time
he's
runner?
third.
yeah, Philip Rivers was good at San Diego with LT in his backfield.
God,
But Frank Gore is still productive at his age. You got to
Yeah.
give him a little credit.
He
Frank
he's not,
Gore-
He's not
Where's
elite.
he- where's he at now? He's
but
not
he's
with-
productive.
I think he's with the
Buffalo.
Jet.
It was Buffalo.
no,
wasn't it?
but he's off.
Frank
I think
Gore
he's with the
come
Jets
in at
now.
number 18.
Yeah,
Did he? Look at
Yes.
that.
just for longevity.
Yes.
Listen, he's got more yards than Barry Sanders now, so Barry Sanders fans can
So there you
own
go.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Seems like a pretty good guy too. I've heard some interviewed. It seems like a.
He
Seems like
just
a pretty
shows up to
good
work.
guy.
Terry,
Lunch pail man.
Y'all say yes or no on these players won a championship. Let's look at these running backs real quick. I'm going to go top 15. Franco Harris, yes. Marcus Allen, yes. Edrin James, no. Marshall Faulk, yes. Jim Brown, yes. Dorsett, yes. Eric Dickerson, no. Jerome Bettis, did he win that first? He get
He
one?
won
Yes,
one with
yes, he
Pittsburgh.
did. Yes.
Tomlinson, no. Curtis Martin, no. Adrian Peterson, no. Barry
Yet.
Sanders, no. Yet. Shut up. Frank Gore,
Yet.
no. And then Walter Payton and Emmett, yes, yes. Emmett Smith, the only running back. He's not only is the leader in all-time yards, leader in all-time touchdowns, he's the only one to win MVP and Super Bowl MVP in the same season and lead the league in rushing. So he's the one on there. So, yeah, Terry, not too bad a list.
Not
I
too
don't know where
bad.
they can come up with Franco Harrison.
Adrian Peterson's only 4,000 yards away from Emmitt Smith.
Who says
He won't get there.
who?
Adrian Peterson.
Nah.
Well, hey, right now he's running back 1. If he could get 1,000 yards this year, you don't need to do it for 3 more seasons.
He ain't gonna do it 3 more seasons.
My
If Frank
God,
Gore's
he's
still
going to be
kicking-
how old? 44?
Peterson's
45?
No, he's like mid-30s.
He's played 13 years. Emmett played 14. So he's right there at the.
You know, I must be getting old because I could just remember like it was yesterday when he was at Oklahoma.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Adrian Peterson's good. I'm not gonna take nothing away from
The
him.
tweet of the week this week goes to Macaulay Culkin.
Tweet of the week goes to Brian Urlacher.
No.
Leaning on what
No.
No. Yeah.
Tweet of the week goes Macaulay Culkin. Because
Ballsiest tweet goes to Brian Urlacher.
He said, I'm 40. Now all y'all go ahead and feel old today.
Yeah.
It was his birthday
saw
this
that.
week.
There you go.
Wow.
All right, JP, you ready? Let's have a happy Saturday, folks. If you've been listening, thank you to guys for listening to the Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram and Friendship Nissan of Forest City Saturday Sports Talk Show. 828-245-1661 for Nissan, 828-919-3001 for Friendship Chrysler. Ask for Thomas Borgello and the gang. Thanks for breakfast from Mitchum's Kitchen, Terry for delivery, Tom and Hunter, and JP for coming in and making another good Saturday. Thank you guys again for listening and watching the Shock Joxx Saturday Sports Talk Show on KDCBroadcasting.com.
Seed of a chosen breed, you don't see too many like me, 'cause I